Hello, one, hello, all. This is the June edition of Trans Country Theater, formerly known as Coast to Coast. Today, Bob is a little tight on schedule, so it'll
Damn
just
you, Bob.
yeah, damn you, Bob, and your schedule.
Yeah.
But we are being seen a little bit earlier than normal, which is kind of fun and exciting. So it's just me and Lindsey. Lindsey from the West Coast. Say hello to everybody.
What up, yos? I got a haircut. I saw some movies. Let's talk about them.
Yeah. So what you saw Conjuring 2 and
Yes.
Warcraft this weekend, correct?
Yes, I caught an early screening of Conjuring 2 a couple days ago, and this morning, after I dropped my girlfriend off at the airport, I caught a showing of Warcraft on my way home.
And what are your thoughts on Warcraft?
Man, I just wanted a good video game movie. Like, why is it so hard? I mean, in this one, okay, this one's not bad. This is like, I don't know. It's like it's a weird thing because this movie was made, it's sculpted from the ground up with just love and reverence for this material, and you can feel it. And I've played not an overabundance of Warcraft, but enough that, you know, I was able to recognize a lot of like the Easter eggs and the things that they obviously want to do in future movies. And I'm like, this is all cool and everything, but your 2-hour-long movie feels like it's 4 hours long.
Really?
Yeah, like as much as I liked it, it felt long. Like I'm sitting there going, how long have I been watching this? How much more of this is there for me to watch? I'm not hating it, but like, you know, there are other things I would like to do. Like I shouldn't feel the length of a movie as much as I felt it with this one. And it's just disappointing.
The reviews are really all over the place for this, though.
Mm-hmm.
Critics hate it. Some people enjoy it. Some people, and it's just slaughtering worldwide. So,
is it making good money? I haven't even checked on that.
I think it's already up to like 160 or something.
Really? Hold it up right now.
I certainly could be wrong, but I remember seeing that even if it tanks, they're not worried about it. So, whatever that means.
Well, I'm seeing 70 million. Oh no, worldwide it's 168.
168, yeah.
Wait, no, that's foreign is 168 according to.
Yeah, worldwide.
No, but like it's not listing anything for domestic. So 168 is just foreign. It does. Box Office Mojo doesn't have domestic yet.
Nothing domestic. It's already at 168 without a penny from the U.S.
That's true. It's literally it's grossed $8 million before anyone in the U.S. even saw it. That's impressive. So, yay, China! You're gonna make sure that we're gonna get the sequel that they obviously want to make. Yay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's me and Peter have been talking about this generic theme on the show business show. At least for large movies, it seems like they're not being made for America anymore. Like, it's just.
Yeah, it's interesting how the rest of the world seems to be more forgiving than we are, or just willing to throw more money at things than we are, or maybe just more people worldwide are going to see the movies than they are in America these days. Maybe too many people are Netflix and chilling. And and there's the whole thing with Iron Man 3 a few years back where it had a whole scene that was just for the Chinese market, that was only shown in the Chinese market. Nowhere else in the world saw it.
Well, same thing with Doctor Strange.
Really?
The reason they cast what's her name?
Oh, Tilda Swinton. Yeah. I read about that. Yeah.
Instead, because they didn't want to. Apparently, in the comics, it's a Tibetan man, and China is certainly not cool with Tibet. So why would you mess with that market? So they said, you know what? We'll just make it a white girl. So.
Because that makes sense. It's in order to not insult your Asian market, you cast a white person in an Asian role. Logic.
Dude, I don't know.
I know. I'm completely there with you. It's absurd.
Yeah, if Trump made a movie and he made a movie about Mexico, I guess you would cast what, a Nordic person? Because
A white guy with a really good tan.
yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's quite clear. It's not even like so much that it's like hidden anymore, but they are catering to the rest of the world with some of these bigger movies, and it's just like, wow, like guys, really? Like, remember we used to be we're exporting our movies now. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah, no, I remember, like, what was the first big one that I remember hearing about did really well in China? I think it was Transformers 4, because there's that whole sequence where they just go to China for no reason, and they just destroy Shanghai. Like, their excuse is it's the most populated city on the planet, but it's not even in the top 5 most populated. If you actually Google it, it's like number 8 or something like that. It's nowhere near the most populated city.
So they're just going to show China now, just because, hey, look, guys, it's a...
Exactly. Like
Star Wars Episode 8, The Battle for China.
And I would like starting to question, like, there's things like back in Looper, you had, oh, I'm going to go to France. Oh, no, you should go to China. No, but I want to go to France. No. I want to go to France. No, go to China. But I like France. No. I'm from the future. Go to China. Like, was that just catering to that?
Oh, wow. I mean, think about that. That's right.
Right? Like, I mean, it's a total throwaway line that I could be overthinking, but yeah.
I don't think so. I really don't think so.
In the script, they're just like, they just wrote insert country here. China.
Dennis, here I am. I don't remember a single thing about the games, and I think it was too short. Yeah, Dennis really... See, what's funny is both Dennis and Brian really enjoyed Warcraft. And Brian snooty about his taste, for starters. So that's...
Oh, or Brian Lomax? Or who?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So Dennis thinks it's short.
That's interesting. Like, because
it's such a polarizing movie, apparently.
Yeah. Like, it's like 2 hours and change, and like so little was resolved by the end of it. Spoilers. I mean, not really. I'm not going to say what, but it felt like they shouldn't have been as much in the movie as there was. I mean, I get why you could say that's short because so much wasn't resolved, but they obviously didn't leave that resolved for the future. But to me, it's like, just not have that much in the movie. So then the things that do get resolved are more satisfying. And then people will walk out of the movie going, yay, that was cool. I like the orcs. Not what the fuck was that cube thing? Which is something people are going to be saying. Trust me. You're going to be saying some what the fuck is the cube thing.
Yay, reference. Movie I don't know those.
I know. I realized after I said it, like, you're not going to get what I'm saying right there.
All right, so we both did see something that came out this weekend. We both saw Conjuring. Bearded Movie Guy says Now You'd See Me Too is going to beat Warcraft. I don't think so.
Speaking of movies that, like, why the fuck are they getting sequels? Like,
did that? Wait, let me check that. All right, so tell people about Conjuring, and I'm going to look at Now You See Me Too because maybe that made dumb money in China last year or something.
It probably did, but okay. So The Conjuring, I had one complaint about the original one, and that was I didn't dig the exorcism ending because I'm just tired of seeing exorcisms in movies. They're always the exact same. They always have the same beats, and I just don't want to see them anymore. So just the fact that this movie was smart enough to not do that again instantly makes me to love the shit out of it. You throw in the fact that you care about the characters, which is something James Wan is really good at compared to movies like The Darkness or The Boy or Ouija and things like that, where you just don't care and you just want to see them die already because they're such horrible people. When it's the reverse and you don't want to see horrible things happen to them, it makes the movie scarier because you're scared for the person. And they just get that so good. And plus, like, in one scene, I would laugh. The next scene, I would be terrified shitless. Like, that's like Poltergeist level of, like, horror mastery. It's, I don't, but you were crazy about it.
Yeah, you know what? All right, so I don't know if it's a spoiler because it opens. Like, the opening isn't the movie, so it's not really a spoiler. So the Warrens are real people, so they kind of take some of their stories and make it into whatever. So it opens up with Amityville. It opens up with the real life happenings of Amityville. Ronnie DeFeo shooting his family, which they kind of took liberties with the truth because you know, in real life, he said the reason he shot his what he said was his sister murdered the family, and he killed the sister for killing the family. But in the film, they say that he said that he was possessed, and they were looking into that. And I was like, all right, I'm really on board with this. A really like different angle of the whole Amityville thing. And then,
especially because that opening shot, the way it pulls back, and you realize, like, wait, I know these windows. I know these windows.
That's exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. Are they going to do an homage? Nope, there's not an homage. It's the building.
Yeah, no, the screening I caught this at was like the Alamo draft thing. And it's
okay, cool.
Like, it's like it was a very, you know, movie-going audience, so the entire audience just slowly erupted in. Was when everybody just slowly clicked, like, what this setup for this. The fact that it was from the inside and not from the outside. It's so much more subtle. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, and like I said, so like I live 10 minutes from the house, so like it's a little like it was just so high for me. I was just like, yes, let's do this. But then they, you know, it was just like a palate cleanser of sorts, and then, you know, they go across the pond, and like I told you before we went on, there's a scene with a painting and a nun, and I kind of read it as it happened or before it happened, so I was out of it. I guess I was tired when I went to the screening, fell asleep in the middle, woke up just in time for the end, and didn't like the way they ended it. Because that's
how much did you miss then? Like,
I don't know. I was in and out. I remember the person I was with, Brad. He kept elbowing me if somebody needed to go to the bathroom or whatever. And he tried. Like I was in and out. Like I said, nothing really stuck out. I remember the stuff with the chair, right? The chair in the corner.
The chair scene, actually. There's a couple of chairs. Yeah, you got to be careful. There's a couple of plot chairs in there. There's like the rocking chair, and then there's the chair that the cop stands on.
Yeah.
That's one of the scenes that made me laugh out loud. Like.
Yeah. So, and then the ending. Apparently, there's powers that we didn't know people in the film had, but my thing is the powers that are had at the end. If you have those powers, just say that stuff at the beginning, and there's no need for a movie.
Well, it's I'm scared to say like how much.
All right, so let's rewind
it back a bit.
Let's talk about The Exorcist. Let's say we're watching The Exorcist. The power of Christ compels you. You know, if that's what gets rid of her, same thing. Why not just say it in the beginning of the movie?
Well, I mean, but that's yeah.
I mean, why let it get to that?
That's totally true. I mean, you could call that the conceit for these possession movies. And I mean, like I said, like I in a way, I'm over exorcisms. Like even exorcism movies that are different. Like what was it called? Oh, the Box movie with Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it. Oh my God, what was that?
No, The Box.
No, not The Box. It's on the tip of my tongue. Sorry, I swear I looked this up before we even started doing this. Dean Morgan. It's The Possession. The Possession.
I haven't seen that.
It's actually pretty good, and it's really steeped in like Jewish like kind of mythology in a way, so that made it interesting and different. But it's still, at the end of the day, just another people screaming in other languages as the person that's possessed just writhing around on the ground and doing crazy power things.
Yeah,
I just don't want to see that anymore.
See, it's weird. Like you're right. It's quite beaten. There are quite a few, but every now and again, The Exorcism of Emily Rose is probably the last time I really enjoyed a movie with that type of theme.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, what's her face from Dexter, right? The sister from Dexter. Am I wrong? Right.
There was a couple of people in that movie. Like one person,
Jennifer Carpenter.
Maybe because someone else in that was also from 24. There was a few people in that movie. Yeah.
A bunch of TV references.
Exactly.
Yeah. So again, you know what? I was really on board with the whole Amityville thing, and maybe I was just spoiled, and just kind of being grouchy because I wanted to see more of the Amityville thing and didn't get it. But I mean, to see James Wan just give you 5 minutes of
His
his
Amityville.
Amityville, it's just like, just keep going.
Yeah, no, at this point, I'll watch James Wan make a horror movie about pretty much anything. Like between Saw, Insidious, and Conjuring, like
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. He's the trusted. At the very least, he's the trusted director. If they want to do something, he's got to stop making fast movies, though. Just.
Well, he's made his one. Now he's got to do actually because James Wan was at the thing. He answered a few questions, and he said that like it was such a nice change of pace to go from Fast and the Furious to The Conjuring because it was such a slow, so much more mellow, like no big action, no over the top set pieces, no explosions. He was like, I like this, and like I get to have long takes again. I get to let the camera breathe. This is fun.
Oh yeah, he. The one thing, I like Conjuring 1 better, but what I will say is I love what he does with the camera in both movies. The way it just kind of drifts. It's never really still. It's always moving, and it's always quite subtle.
It's a very complicated. His frame is always really complicated. Like there's always like a lot going on, and like in this one, there was almost like Spielbergian shots of like we're gonna move from the outside into the inside, and we're like looking down on things.
Yeah, like when they're in the hallway of the house, and like apparently their windows are like up on the top. Like that was, yeah, it was really really neat to see like them go from room to room, and it was fluid. It was really really neat.
And he talked about this one of the scenes that they shot where like it's like the girl's going upstairs and then the camera pans back down past the chair and then up to the window, and then the window transitions from night into day, and then it pulls back, and that same character that went up the stairs is now sitting on the couch. So apparently like the moment she was out of sight, they started panning back, and then the moment the staircase wasn't in sight anymore, she just had to run down the stairs, like put on a different shirt like that, duck under a crane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, they used effects, and like lighting to get the light outside the window to change, but it was all done in camera. That was all like.
That's awesome.
Right. Like, yeah, that little girl is awesome, and she because she was there too, and she doesn't have a British accent. She's American. Sorry, yeah, no, I guess I'm just bragging about a screening I saw over here. I don't mean to be, but I'm just like. Fun facts about the movie. I know them all.
So, Peter, Now You See Me, domestic was 117, but foreign 234. So Now You See Me, just another movie that probably made just because the rest of the world exists.
Now You See Me was one of those movies that I'm like, this movie's gonna be awesome. I love this cast, magicians. Why not? And then I watch it, and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, it's weird. I really enjoy Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he gets a really rotten deal as far as his roles are concerned. So it's just like, all right, good. Mark Ruffalo in a really big kind of dumb, cheesy thing. And it's just like, come on, man. I don't buy you in this. Like, what the? Yeah. Man. I forgot.
And like
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, what were we going to say? You forgot something?
I forgot what I saw with him in it recently that was kind of.
The Kids Are All Right?
No, it was quite old, actually. I have the internet at my fingertips. Why don't I check?
Why,
go ahead. Get your statement out, and I can kill two birds.
I completely agree. Like, I love Ruffalo, and he does do kind of weird, quirky parts sometimes. And I actually really liked him in the first Now You See Me, but I mean, I don't know if it's a spoiler anymore, what happens with his character in the third act and how it completely destroys the movie. But there's a twist with his character in the third act of that movie that completely destroys it. The plot does not work after that.
Yeah, like some of it's just like, wait, so then if you were doing this at that point, then what? Why? Yeah. If this is this, then why were you this, sir?
I want some answers, Mark.
Oh, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind.
He's in that?
What?
He's in
Yes,
that?
he's the guy with the computer. He's the guy who calls him overnight when Jim Carrey wakes up.
Oh, that is it.
Yeah, so I just saw it recently. I'm like, oh my God, Mark Ruffalo, I forgot it's you.
Oh, that's so crazy. That movie's cast is so good.
Yeah. All studs in that movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
when the doctor comes over and he's like, well, did you check so and so? And Mark Ruffalo goes, yeah. And then he snaps and looks at him and goes, I mean, yes.
Man, I have to go watch that again now.
Dude, that's a very good movie. Very good movie.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters, and I think I owned it. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, I really like that movie.
So, your thoughts on The Conjuring? I apologize.
No, it's not my favorite of the year, but it's like probably top 5 so far. I mean, whether or not it'll stay there, we'll have to see as the year goes on. But like at the moment, I would say it's up there with like The Witch, The Nice Guys, Deadpool. Guess what's my 5th favorite movie? Hail Caesar.
Oh, okay.
Those are my 5 favorites so far.
What did you think of Nice Guys?
I really, really liked it. I not to brag about more screenings that I've gone to go see, but I got to see that one also really early. And Shane Black, Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, and Joel Silver were all there, so I got to hear all of them talk about it, and that was incredible. New York isn't something to sneeze at. Like your California shit. Like I get it. Sure.
But why can't we get shit like that? That's annoying. Go ahead.
It's funny. It's all been through the Alamo Draft House too, which is like apparently nationwide. So like, I mean, if there's one near you, like, check it out, dude.
Have you seen Green Room?
I have. Yeah.
It's not playing by me, and that's something that I'm really, really dying to see, and I just have to wait. And again, New York. Hi, New York.
Yeah. Come on, we're kind of a big deal over here.
Yeah. You have it in Tennessee, do you? Okay. I understand because, sure.
Well, it's weird sometimes. Like Suffragette last year, I'm in LA, and there was only one theater within 20 miles of me that was playing it. Like, what?
Yeah.
How does a Meryl Streep movie have that limited of a release? Like,
yeah.
And it was only like one showing per day at that theater, so I had to very carefully plan this out so like traffic wouldn't fuck me up from seeing it. Like,
it is weird. So Green Room. So you didn't list it in your top 5.
Yeah, okay, I really liked it as I watched it, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, wait, no, hold on. And so it's a movie that I actually don't want to watch again because I want to like it. And I have a feeling if I watch it more, I'll see even more of the flaws.
Okay.
So I'm like, no. Let's just leave it as a beautiful little golden nugget in my mind. I don't need to tarnish that at all. I really like this movie. I don't want to not like this movie. If nothing else, just because of Patrick Stewart. I mean, and what's his name from also Star Trek? Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin, yeah.
Well, all of them are really good. Oh, and what's her name from Arrested Development's in it too.
Oh, Freckles?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know the actress's name, but yeah, she's in it. And I was like, cool, why not?
That's cool. She's
She's
been working a lot. She was in Final Girls just last year too. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh,
Is that a good one?
It's a fun homage to slasher films. It's a fun time. It's certainly it's out on. I think it might even be on like cable at this point by now. It came out like last October.
Yeah, if it's a year old, I should be able to find it somewhere theoretically.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Not theatrically, but theoretically.
Yeah. Theatrically, challenge accepted. I'll find it.
No, you keep veering away from Conjuring.
I apologize. Well, the thing that really got to me about the movie was the way it played with like family dynamics, and that's one reason I was kind of surprised that because the family in the movie. I'll stay away from spoilers as much as I can. They've just lost someone. they're not there anymore. I'm not going to go into specifics of how.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of creates like a bit of a vacuum in this family dynamic, and like there's kind of the fallout from that, and we get to see like the things that they had that are no longer there because of that. And while that's happening, like the Warrens are questioning whether or not they should keep doing this because one of them is worried that it could kill the other one. And then like we eventually find out that there's like this ghost that's all about trying to find his family. So everything keeps tying back. Every aspect of the movie keeps tying back into family and like what people mean to us and like when they're gone, like what that kind of feels like. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but like, but then there's a specific scene where someone asks Ed about his Ed Warren about his dad, and he's like, "We're not talking about my dad." So like, it's always back to like family issues, daddy issues, and things like that. There's an interesting theme running throughout it, which hooked me really early.
Then why the Amityville thing in the beginning?
Shits and giggles. I mean, I want to see the movie. It's a movie I really want to see again.
See, yeah, as do I, because I simply I can't properly talk about it because I like the middle is just blank to me, which is so weird. Like the conflict, nothing. Right. But the connection, obviously the chair, because of there are a pair of deaths. Well, I mean, they kind of give you oh, by the way, someone dies and this chair is so-and-so, such and such. So there's that connection with the like the actual chair that, yeah. So.
And then there's like dynamics with there too, because that's that chair that fills that role, and then like as that's happening, like there's the fight over the remote control. So like we're getting into like kind of fatherly imagery like a little bit there, which ties into it again. It's very interesting. It's like it's not like so subtle that you can't get it, but it's also not like screaming in your face. So it's like I really appreciated it.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to watch it again.
Hey, Movie Pass, dude! Just pay. Just set your Movie Pass for Angry Birds or something.
Yeah. So I'm gonna come on the next stream just to laugh at you when you're wrong, Peter. Bring it. Color coordination is back. Yes. I don't. It's just I found a red shirt and had the hat, and I'm upstairs. That's basically. That's the only difference. Peter, go watch The Wind Rises already. I guess we have like inside jokes in the chat room. Good job, guys. And Lindsey's gone, and now he's back.
I was wondering if you'd even notice.
What happened? You all right?
No, I went to close the window and I closed the wrong window on my computer.
All right.
My bad.
No. What else have you seen recently? Because we could get to that, and then we'll get to the big topic of the episode.
I guess the only other one I saw recently that's really worth mentioning was X-Men.
Okay. Thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I the longer it went, the less I liked it. The beginning with the opening scene was pretty damn cool, but it really quickly fell off after that, and it kept.
Yes, I agree.
Like, and it's like, and it's a movie I really want to like.
Dude, Apocalypse is a badass character, and they just made him so.
Right. And like the one thing that really bugged me was his voice. Like he would go from, I am talking like this very softly, and then he'd be just like, like, no, just have him sound badass with the robotic stuff all the time. We don't need the soft spoken Apocalypse. We need the big badass bravado filled Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And like when the badass voice is only sometimes. It doesn't make us appreciate the badass voice. It just makes us pine for the badass voice when we're not getting the badass voice. So it's like,
what did you do, Dennis?
I didn't do it. What happened?
I just got a Best Buy welcome to your order status. And I've been talking to you this whole time, so I'm only assuming that Dennis bought something on Best Buy.
Wait, you share a buddy with you share
Yeah,
a Best Buy account with someone?
Dennis literally has, I think, 20 steelbooks in my house right now that I'm his American address. That's basically it. It's fine. I'm well aware of it. It's just a little shocking to get a text at this. See, he's watching us and shopping at the same time. Like, a lot of.
It's gonna kill your data, bro. Wandering out Best Buy watching videos, like.
You got to give Poe credit for not doing a terrible job with such a ridiculously stock character.
Yeah, he was all right.
No, I mean, him credit, but I feel, yeah. I mean, I guess but what? So what? I blame the scriptwriter. I blame Bryan Singer. Like, the character is presented as this fucking doomsday, like the biblical nuances right down to the four horsemen is so huge, and meanwhile in the end he doesn't really do anything and just kind of loses. Like,
that's true. Magneto really does everything.
Right. Magneto does all the killing in the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
And is okay.
And no one
still
cares.
kind of friendly.
Yeah. Hey, you want a job? No? Okay, cool. Go ahead and just wander around. I'm sure half the world wants your head now, but go do your thing. You're fine. I'm Xavier. I'll just wipe the government's memory of you killing millions of people because you're my
It's just so strange. The potential is just so wasted. I feel like that, and I feel like I really feel like if ever there's genuine fatigue, it's now. We genuinely have superhero fatigue, and it's now.
Well, I mean, if the Civil War hadn't just come out, I would admit that, but maybe we're just at the point where I don't even know. I don't want to say that we can't have any more franchises because I wouldn't mind good X-Men movies, but it's just everyone. Like, I don't think anyone wanted to work on this movie. Like a lot of like Jennifer Lawrence looks asleep. The Professor Xavier's weird screwball comedy bits were weird and awkward, and I didn't like them. And like the only person who really comes out of it like unfazed is Michael Fassbender, but that doesn't mean the character's unfazed.
Right.
Like, and that whole Wolverine thing, why was that in this movie? Like Tim mentioned this in his video about it. We talked about it for a second. Tim Hurley of the Late Reviews, check him out. He's a good guy. He does good shit. He talked about how like the Wolverine being in there is weird because we're about to have the last Wolverine movie with Hugh Jackman. So why show us this proto Wolverine if we're not gonna? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what's the point? Like,
they even waste the credits trailer. They even waste the credits footage on Weapon X2. It's just.
Oh right, yeah. Or
the briefcase, right? Wasn't that what?
Oh no, it was Essex, which is a Mr. Sinister reference.
Oh.
Which is like, but that doesn't even make.
I don't read.
It's fine. Neither do I. I just noticed some cartoons and shit. But Mr. Sinister usually works with Apocalypse, or they get along really well anyway. So I mean, it's like, why is Mr. Sinister showing up after Apocalypse? It's just it just feels so unnecessary. It just feels like they want to go and do the Dark Phoenix again, and which is great. But we got the Dark Phoenix 10 years ago, and
you know what's really strange, and I feel like it's almost there's this you almost want it to be a shift. If they're going to keep doing these comic book things, give them TV shows.
which is working out well.
Let Netflix or Amazon or Hulu really go out there and just pay out of their asshole for it. Yeah. Let it be like a an in between PG-13 and R, and just take your story and stretch it, because you have 10 hours to tell your story and not 2.5, and you don't have to stuff so much shit in the course of that 2.5 hours. You could actually breathe a bit and tell a good story, and I don't know, like, and get a lot of actors a lot of work, like. Yeah. With all they're trying to do, it just seems so rushed and so like.
Well, it is. Everyone's trying to catch up to Marvel, which isn't working because Marvel took their time to do it. So everyone's rushing to do the thing that Marvel took 10 years to do.
Right.
So it doesn't work.
And hats off to Deadpool for just nailing it.
Yeah,
Which storyline is this? You guys are so confusing. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh my God! Right? Like. I don't understand. Like, and then I completely forgot that Moira McTaggart had her memory wiped at the end of First Class. And so she's brought back in, and they're like, "Oh, right, that's a thing. Are they going to give her her memories back? No. Oh, that's weird." But then at the end of the movie, they gave her her memories back. So I'm like, what the fuck was the point?
You need notes. You literally need notes. You're like, all right, so wait, X and Y. No, wait, no, that's crossed off. That's not there anymore. And now, oh, wait, hold on. You got to carry the one here, and then this Wolverine's actually paramount because he was all over the place. And
why the fuck does everybody look like they're 25 when these characters should be almost in their 50s by now?
Yeah. They're looking up to Jennifer Lawrence, and it's just like, what are you, 2 years younger than her? What are you talking about?
Right?
I saw you on TV. Yeah.
Like Fassbender looks almost the right age. But McAvoy, and Beast looks younger than he did in First Class.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How does that work? Is he John Stamos? Is he Paul Rudd? Is he just aging in reverse like them? I don't understand. and why is wise Professor X like being a bumbling fool around the cute girl? And
they tried doing I guess they skipped the movie. Because in First Class, he was kind of
just feeling the
suave guy, the poon hound, if you will.
Right.
So
this is 20 years later.
I don't know. I'm trying.
I say I get you. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's so silly. And what else? I don't even know. Like I like seeing Nightcrawler again.
Yeah.
That version of Nightcrawler.
I enjoyed his little everything. I had a good time with him.
Yeah. And I got really excited when Professor Xavier psychic battled Apocalypse because that was cool to see on the big screen. But I don't know.
In a month, it'll be 8 years since we had The Dark Knight.
Wow, really?
8 years since The Dark Knight.
Wow. Well, Batman's already been rebooted, and
yeah. I mean, you think about it. Think about what was Marvel when Dark Knight came out. They were waiting on Iron Man.
They were waiting on Iron Man, yeah.
And look where they are in 8 years.
Yeah, that's right. It hasn't even been 10 years yet for Marvel.
So, I mean, you almost understand the rush a little bit, but like X-Men, like you guys were ahead of the curve. Like you were 02, 01 or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
And then you said, Brett Ratner, here, fuck this up. Go ahead. And then managed to fucking come back from it. And now you're rushing again. Fucking Fox, man.
Right, but Deadpool.
Yeah, and it makes me angry because they're going to gamble now because of Deadpool. Well, cancel one out, and again, China's just like, wait. I don't know if X-Men actually is doing all right enough. I remember them.
I imagine it's doing okay.
Yeah.
I don't see it doing poorly. I mean, I think it's the weakest opening that they'd had in a while.
Right.
I can't remember that.
It's doing very well worldwide.
Yeah, it's almost a half a billion. Wow.
70% of its gross is foreign.
Wow.
It's only at 126 domestic. That's terrible.
That is, it costs 178 to make, so 126 is terrible.
In the franchise, it's currently ranked 9th in the X-Men series.
In terms of box office, or
yeah, the Wolverine made 132. I guess this is only domestic. Deadpool #1. How about that? Oh, Last Stand #2. How about that?
Wow, that is weird. Why is Last Stand #2? You'd think at least Days of Future Past would overtake that. Damn.
Days of Future Past.
Only 400,000 is short, but still.
Oh wait, yeah. It's just barely behind it. Adjusted for inflation, it's still.
And it opened in more theaters too. Wow.
X-Men's weird. It's just a weird. Like the best movie just didn't make money. Like I think First Class is well my favorite.
It's funny. I mean I like First Class, but X2 is still my favorite.
Yeah. I just rewatched that recently, and yes, it is a lot better than I remembered it. They didn't even want to make Deadpool, says Bearded Movie Guy, and you're right. They reluctantly did that, and that's what makes me angry about Fox. They backed into a success, and that's not cool. Like they had to get begged for it. And
it's like Chewbacca, Mom. You just did one thing just on like a whim, and it made you $1 billion. Like
she fucking charges to sign autographs now.
I just read that earlier today. Yeah,
she's drunk. I mean, listen, you might as well make that money while you can. But who the fuck's paying to have an autograph from that stupid giggling idiot?
I don't know, man. That's the things like that are the depressing side of YouTube for me. Like you could just do that shit and then make $400,000, or you can I don't know. Like does Jeremy Johns have $400,000 lying around from his entire YouTube career? I don't think so. But yet Chewbacca Mom is like.
Razor Wire says CP live stream checklist. Moaning about Fox, check. Something about China, check. Obligatory Star Wars reference. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And
Rogue One
progresses to angry at Fox, check. If you saw the picture, Luke, you would know that. Spoiler alert! That there's definitely shit. Well, this is what the image will be for future watchers. So if you see on the right there,
yeah, there's a Star Wars reference.
All right, so as if to fill the prophecy, there's this big thing around Ghostbusters, and it's not that the trailers are bad. It's that people are saying the trailers are bad because it's for women.
Silly people are silly people.
The problem is some of it's true, but not all of it.
Like what?
And some people are being sexist. Some people are just outright saying, no, I don't want four chicks being in my movie.
4 ladies in one room, their cycles will sync up. That'll just attract bears. That puts the entire movie at risk.
So, like, you had this James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, who came out and made a video. He said he's not gonna review Ghostbusters, the 2016 version.
He's not even gonna see it. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah. He's a pretty big Ghostbusters fan, and he said just no, I'm not. And then people like Patton Oswalt got on him, and all the SJWs decided to rain down on him, and first of all, he didn't say anything back, and it kind of faded away, which was interesting. But like, he never really said anything about the sex. He never said anything about the fact that it were females, that it was,
Well, he was just focusing on the fact that it just didn't look funny, and like the story was just a retread that didn't need to happen, and it's not the movie that he wanted, which is fair. This isn't the apocalypse that I wanted, the X-Men apocalypse I wanted, but I'm still going to give the movie a chance. Like, I've been surprised so many times. Like, I thought the Lego movie was going to be dumb as fuck, but good God, did I love that movie. I was crying and how just incredible the movie was in the theater. And what else? Like, there was another movie like that recently I saw. What was it?
Well, like, it's flip-flopped. You have Star Wars. You had a bunch of people go fucking bonkers about Rey being too strong. This, that, the other. They were bothered, but turns out the fucking movie was great. As far as I'm concerned, the movie was great. It's currently my second favorite Star Wars movie.
It made $2 billion at the box office too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Lots of people
It did all right. Some people saw it a couple times.
I saw it 4. And I own it, and I haven't watched it yet. I just realized that the other day. I saw it 4 times in theaters, but I haven't watched my DVD version once.
And I own 4 versions.
And you've watched all 4 of them 4 times.
But way more than 4 times. Each.
You just have 5 different screens going. With like the 5th one's porn. I don't know why I said 5 when you only have 4 copies. Anyway.
So like it's weird. They let it go. Like nobody really talked about it. Like there was complaints. Like it was good, and then we didn't really hear about that anymore. But now that people are complaining about the trailer, it's all like, wait a minute, it's because you're complaining because the girls and and
Hodor. Hold the door.
Why? Why is this excuse being exploited and being able to be exploited?
What, the excuse that it's
like Paul Feig, first of all, calls all nerds assholes, or like whatever he said about nerds and assholes. It's like, hey buddy, don't take the fucking project on if you don't want to like deal with this shit. Like, what did you expect?
Well, I mean, never explode on Twitter. Just need to keep saying it. Just never explode on Twitter.
Right.
Facebook is one thing because it's only your friends and family that are going to see it. Twitter's another thing entirely. Like, especially when you're Paul Feig.
I like, it's just strange that he calls fans assholes, and he's still good. There's no apology from him, but because it looks like shit. Listen, granted, the marketing could be John Cartering us.
It could be. Like Frozen had terrible trailers, but it was
right.
a great movie.
Right.
Bridesmaids looked painful, but I laughed my ass off at that movie.
I will say that when I saw the 1984 version of Ghostbusters on Tuesday, we had like a little 8-minute behind the scenes clip.
Oh, it was that. Cool.
Still doesn't look too good. There's one scene where, like, all right, so Kristen Wiig wants to bang Hemsworth, right?
Let's be honest, we all want to bang Hemsworth.
Right. So like it's the traditional like 1950s roles just swung reversed.
Right.
So he's their secretary, and he gets Melissa McCarthy a coffee, and she asks if there's sugar. And so his way to check if there's sugar is he takes a drink and then spits it, because he forgot he doesn't like coffee. and like he literally does a spit take, and then puts the cup down, and Kristen Wiig's like, "Oh, I'll take that," and like,
well, that's kind of funny, but spit take, really? That's where we're at with this? Those Ghostbusters spit takes?
and I'll say it again. It was literally after I saw the 1984 version of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ha.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sharp. There's no dumb humor. The closest thing to dumb humor in Ghostbusters 84 is Rick Moranis, but he's like a character. And it's just him that's a character. He's not in like this neon version of Earth.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Like the Rick Moranis, like he's like that kind of lovable Asperger's guy that like just has complete detachment from how people see and perceive him. And so,
oblivious,
like,
throwing
oblivious,
the coat.
much better word. Yeah.
Yeah, he throws the coat, and the monster thing is on the bed. Like that's
hilarious.
When he's running away from it, he's oh, I'm going to tell the superintendent you're not supposed to have pets. Like, like it's just like, God damn, yes. What the fuck? This is still funny today. What the fuck? And I was sitting in a packed house. What they should do is they should just shut her down. Shut 2016. Just all right, here. If you want it, it's available on VOD. But we're gonna extend the release of the '84 cut for 2 weeks because
that would make some decent money doing that.
Lindsey, I'm not kidding. I think there were 4 empty seats. Wow. 4 empty seats in my screening.
Wow, that's impressive. Watch, they made this movie of this version of Ghostbusters really bad just so they can have an excuse to release the original Ghostbusters in theaters, 4,000 theaters across the country in October, and it's going to win Best Picture. That's their plan.
It may work.
Right? Like,
it may work. So...
And the other thing is, like, why is so much of it obviously from the original if this isn't a reboot? If this isn't a remake, if this is a new version of Ghostbusters that's supposed to be its own thing, separate from the other ones, why is there going to be a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Why are the Ghostbusters once again in love with their secretary or some shit like that, or an overly sexy, you know what I mean? And why is like, why are all these things similar? Because like you realize if Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is in this movie, this new movie, Gozer's probably going to be in it too. Like, what else could make the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man other than Gozer that wouldn't be compared to Gozer in the form of it's just lame Gozer? Like,
what I understand is that the ghost, whatever takes a certain, like, it goes from body to body, like it goes from Melissa McCarthy and it goes to his name. Chris Hemsworth.
Thor, just say Thor.
Mm-hmm. And apparently he's like the bad guy for the movie.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for evil present Hemsworth.
I'm just do we have to wait until it bombs opening weekend before they start owning it? Like when does it's just you're being sexist? When does that stop?
Never. They're gonna. I bet you anything. They're gonna pull Lone Ranger and just be like, "The reviews were written 6 months ago. We actually made a really good movie, but everyone just went in with preconceived notions and hated it because of it. I'm Johnny Depp, and I think being 1/64th Cherokee qualifies me playing a Native American character in a movie."
Yeah.
The director, the writer, Johnny Depp, and several other people attached to Lone Ranger all said variations of that after that movie came out and the entire world gave them the finger. I'm sorry, guys, but sometimes when the entire world says you made a shit pile, you made a shit pile.
Man.
Like, there are exceptions, but you don't assume you're the exception. Like,
yeah, Razor Wire, Luke, he's got a hell of a point. That was either a race thing or a lady thing. Either way, I'm mad as hell. He says, just remember, somebody was paid money to write that. And it's true. Like what level of comedy is that? Who was that for? How much did the person get paid who wrote that? What?
It gets worse. I've spent a lot of time thinking about that moment because the first time I saw that, it's like, I don't know if this is a race thing. I started laughing, but then I realized she was still talking. And I'm like, wait. It can't be a lady thing because they're crowd surfing Melissa McCarthy right there, 5 feet away from you. So it's obviously a race thing, which is funny, and you can play with that. But why would she think it's a lady thing when they're crowd surfing the other Ghostbuster 3 feet to her left?
There's like 1,000. First of all, the crowd surfing and the sea parts, like that's been done.
Oh, so many times. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Quite a bit. A, B. If we're gonna talk about stereotypes and shit, why on earth is the black one the fucking Tyler Perry character? Like the angry black lady, fucking loud as hell. Like she is a caricature, not a fucking person. Like, why aren't we talking about that?
It's an interesting point. Like,
it's a fucking racist stereotype, if anything. Yeah. All right, let's talk about it all then. Where's the line?
Over there.
Yeah, it's a box.
Yeah.
You can't talk about the girls because that's sexist. Don't worry about that over there. Just don't talk about that.
Yeah, like why couldn't the black lady have been the one that builds the machines? Why couldn't you just switch Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you're trying to, also because, once again, this movie's trying to be its own thing. It's not trying to just be a remake of the original, and yet they've got a person of color coming in as the fourth Ghostbuster who's separate from the rest of the team, who's been friends for years, and they're the founding members, and then they need a fourth person, so they go out and get,
But Ernie Hudson could have been anybody.
Exactly. Yes.
It was just a dude for a check, and you never got the, oh damn, I'm a black guy being a black guy doing black things. You never got that vibe whatsoever.
Exactly.
He said this isn't worth the 11.5 a year, or whatever the fuck he says. Like that, like you got that vibe.
Yeah.
And with Leslie Jones, it's oh my God, when I go to church on Sunday, I'm gonna have to do all this master crazy fucking black people shit. Like it's just so it's bordering on racism. I don't know. I can't say because I'm a white guy.
I call Pacific Rim racist because it casts racist caricatures for the Asian pilots and for the Russian pilots. So if you want to call this movie racist, you go right ahead. And I will stick by that till my dying day. For the record, fuck Pacific Rim.
So yeah, listen, it's like the Transformers robots that were just overt.
Oh my God!
Except it's actually on a black person. So what's the difference now?
What? We don't read? Well, we got the gold tooth, and we're up in here talking about cast up in your ass, but we don't read? What? No, I Kevin Hart. I'm just being an annoying asshole right now. I'm a robot with a gold tooth, doip, and big ears.
Yeah. So
I hate that movie.
So yeah, there's the female version of that. Nobody talks about that. But in the end, we've seen about 4 minutes of quality footage that they want to entice people with, and it's bad. Yeah. It's bad comedy.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it could just be the way the trailers are edited.
Granted.
Yeah, but even still, we're not seeing, dogs and cats, mass hysteria. We're not seeing anything like that. It's all, I got oozed, and it got everywhere.
Yeah, every crack.
Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It got up in there. That's funny, right?
She means her pussy.
And you compare that to the original Ghostbusters when what's Egon or no Spangler, or whatever the you know, Dan Aykroyd, when he gets slimed, he's like, guys, I've been slimed. Look at this. This is like a scientific anomaly. And like, that's funny because he's covered in disgusting juices and he's all excited and he wants to analyze it. But in this, it's like, oh no, I'm icky and sticky now.
Oh yeah, or when Peter gets slimed, he goes, "That's great." Like,
oh my god,
like
yeah.
they don't go for the stupid, like, cheap fucking dick joke. Like that's, I guess that's the difference. That's the difference. The difference was Ghostbusters wasn't going for cheap dick jokes, and I guess this one's going for it.
Yeah.
With cheap clit jokes.
Maybe she meant her butt. You don't know.
Yeah.
Guy wrote the script's a butt.
Sup, Patrick? What was that about Pacific Rim?
We're talking racist caricatures. So the Pacific Rim, the Pacific Rim is full of racist caricatures.
The pilots are all like specifically zoned to their areas of origin, right?
We're the Japanese pilots, so we do crazy flips and twirls and nunchucky things when we're in ours. We're the Russian pilots, so we're just really big and stoic. Also, we have no lines.
Yeah. So because the Star Wars thing went away when the movie was good.
Which Star Wars? Oh,
all the shit about what I mean. It didn't really. It just changed.
People still talk about it, but it's like it's faded because
it changed to she does nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So like for the most part, it faded because the movie was good. But when does the you're just hating because it's girls? When does that rotation happen? Because I don't know. Like
when Hillary Clinton walks into the White House as president, then there is no more sexism. Just like when Barack Obama went into office, there was no more racism.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
And if Bernie Sanders gets in, nobody will ever make a Jew joke again, ever, because that's how the world works.
Mm-mm.
If Trump gets in the office, though, pumpkins are still fucked, because fuck pumpkins. Sorry, I got political there. This isn't a politics show, guys.
But it you know what, it kind of is at the moment because of this stand. Luke told me this morning about J.K. Rowling for the Harry Potter play. Hermione cast as a black female.
Mm-hmm. I think Ron's black too, isn't he? Or someone else is black. It's a very diverse cast. The play.
The thing was, what Luke refresh my memory exactly. Do you have the exact quote from J.K. Rowling? I don't want to screw this up. So apparently she was asked about the casting in the play, and I don't know how long the delay is. So
about 28 minutes.
Yeah. So you think Ron is black as well?
Well, I just, maybe I'm being crazy, but I remember the cast pictures being more racially diverse than I'm used to seeing Harry Potter, and I thought that was cool.
You read the books, obviously, right?
Oh yeah, they're there.
Was there any sort of? Did you ever get the idea of a race?
There was a couple, like what's his name, Kingsley Shacklebolt, who they completely ruined in the movies, and I think is unforgivable. Because like in the books, he's like this like kind of cool, suave guy, and he wears like an earring, but he dresses very nicely in like suits and things like that. He's very presentable, and he works in the office of the Muggle minister and stuff like that. He very easily blends into Muggle society. But then in the fucking movies, he's wearing like a dashiki and those like little like round hats and things like that. And I'm just like, no, This is like the most prominent black character in your franchise, and you took him from a very well-adjusted, very 21st century dude, and you made him a walking caricature. Are you kidding me?
She said, "We found the best actress, and she's black. Bye-bye now."
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I must be. Yeah, I'm looking at it too. Yeah, so I must be crazy. Maybe I just wanted everyone to be black. Let's just cast all black Potter. Harry Blacker.
So the difference here is we know the character.
In which one?
Hermione's a good character.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they've been trying to do it. They've been trying to do it with James Bond with
Moneypenny.
What?
With Moneypenny?
No, the guy from Prometheus.
Oh, Elba.
Yeah, Idris Elba. They've been trying to get him in the Bond role.
Yes.
Which I think he's come out and said he's not really interested in, or he was just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, guys. Miles, checking in.
Maybe maybe he got turned off when that quote from the people at Aeon or whoever that own the Bond franchise were like, "Oh, Idris is too urban." Like, and he's just like, "Oh wait, fuck you all. I don't want to work with you now."
Yeah. And you know what, Patrick Holmes, Patrick, I apologize for bringing it to light, but Patrick Holmes, a black man, says, "I don't know why race has to do with anything." And it is really a shame. But unfortunately, there is something there, because there are times when you would assume somebody black, you know, why not have somebody black play somebody black where they do something weird? I mean, hell, Tropic Thunder, for whatever you think, it's dead on. It's the most perfect commentary. The Robert Downey Jr. thing, it's hysterical, and it's hysterical because it's true. Yeah. But the problem is, then you have this swing in the other direction where it's just like, and that's kind of what's happening with Ghostbusters, where it's just like, well, we need something for girls to look up to, and it's with the modern landscape, with something like Caitlyn Jenner. Technically, the rules are kind of different now. Why does a girl need to look up to a girl? Why does a guy need to look up to a guy? Like why can't it just be, oh, that's a good character?
Well, I mean, in the perfect world, we would all just be color and gender blind, obviously. But I mean, I just think that with the portrayals that we frequently have of like these certain minority groups and of women and things like that, it's an issue because people have been making these complaints for so long and they haven't really been addressed. Like, why haven't we had a Wonder Woman movie? I mean, I understand that Catwoman 15 years ago bombed, but that doesn't mean a Wonder Woman movie today would bomb. Like, why does Marvel need to make, 17 movies before they'll make one where they'll give a woman the leading role? Like, and why when Age of Ultron came out, was it nearly impossible to find Black Widow merchandise? She is the
Wait.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Was that a Kool-Aid guy thing or something?
It was requested because of, I'm assuming, my color. And I interrupted too, so just imagine me breaking through a wall. Go ahead.
God damn it, everybody stop getting excited up in here, or the Kool-Aid guy's just going to keep coming back. And now I'm racist because I just did that voice. There are... Yeah, sorry.
You requested it, goddammit, so I did it. I'm your dancing monkey here.
I mean, that's why we're on YouTube, just so we can dance. Just give me my banana, guys.
What else can I do? I need that little metal cup with the hat. Oh no, it's a hat, right? What's the little monkey on the shoulder? Is it a cup or a hat?
Yeah, no, it's got like the little tin can, right?
Yeah, tin can.
Cup. Maybe it could be a hat. That's pretty cute. But when the monkey puts it on its head, the money's gonna fall out. Yeah, no, it'd be cool if we lived in a world where people didn't, we didn't have to care about these things. But in the meantime, ooh, I guess that's my response.
It's so annoying to me that that Hollywood takes on these social things that maybe should be taken on by the country. And yeah, Hollywood wants to do right by the world socially, but they don't want to make good movies anymore. They just want to do the right thing as far as getting people work is concerned, and that's it.
Is that it?
That's what it feels like. Like we're fucking talking about four women in a movie that's fucking dog shit. It looks a fucking abysmal. Yeah. And the director calls your fan base assholes. And if I were Sony, I'd be like, hey, we need their money. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But then again, we're also living in a world where Megan Fox calls Michael Bay Hitler, and she still gets to be in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm just saying, like,
And another thing about the world, if you look like Megan Fox, you could probably say a lot of things that most people can't. That's another unfortunate truth.
Yeah, speaking of which, did you see the new Turtles movie? Like, wait, did you see it or did you not see it?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw it.
Being wishy-washy, I was like, what, did you walk out? Like,
if you like the cartoon, it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think even that.
It was like fan service. That's what it felt like.
It did feel like fan service, the movie. I'll give you that. But it, like, God, I hated Krang. I just hated that version of Krang so much. Just like in the trailers, he looks like right because like the head looks like a weird human head, but then in the movie, you can barely see the human head.
Yeah, he's like bulging out of the gut or whatever the shit cake you call. Yeah, he was like growing towards the end of the movie too.
Yeah, kind of. And then Megan Fox's introductory scene in that movie is like, oh wait, hold on, I need to strip. Everybody, I'm taking off my clothes and looking sexier. Like I've been on screen for 30 seconds and I'm already looking like a Maxim model and not an actress. She
proved that pretty well into the movie where it's just she's Pamela Anderson for this generation. That's pretty much it.
I like how they got someone just as wooden as her for her to fall in love with to play Casey Jones.
Yeah, that's if I'm disappointed in something really badly in Turtles 2 or whatever the fuck we call this, it's Casey Jones. Casey Jones was bad.
Bad. Arrow's a guilty pleasure of mine, and I've always thought his bad acting was like kind of charming for like how bad the show was. But nah, he's just bad. He was smiling when he shouldn't have been smiling, and he was bad. I guess that's who you get to play opposite Megan Fox, someone just as bad. But I mean, can't we strive?
Is he eye candy for girls?
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I always feel weird. I mean, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's there for the little girlies to get all excited about.
Well, I mean, you know, when I think of Ghostbusters, I think of Chris Hemsworth. I think, yeah, all right, well, that, you know, shit, I'd go to bed with him. I don't know so much about this other guy, this Arrow guy.
Yeah, I only know him from Arrow, which is I'll admit it's not fair to judge him by because everyone's bad on that show because it's not a great show. But
I'm just really worried. Because Ghostbusters. Peter and I talked about this.
Peter,
the way they took, you can redo something and go different. Yeah. They took 21 Jump Street, which was a serious crime drama, and they kind of embraced the silliness of what they were doing, and made it a straight comedy. Yeah. And it fucking worked, and it was impressive how well it worked. Ghostbusters was such a sharp horror, like borderline horror with like realistic comedic elements.
Hormedy.
Yeah. And they redid it, and now it's
fart sad.
Yeah, it's Neon Cunts. That's the movie. Neon Cunts, the movie.
Prequel to Neon Demon coming out soon, which looks amazing. I'm really excited for that movie. Like, if we could be positive for a minute, Neon Demon looks dope. Sorry, didn't mean to change the subject.
Yeah, I'm worried. That the Inceptions, they're not going to happen again.
Well, when the Nice Guys is barely taking in 30 million at the box office, it's not going to happen, which is a little sad. Like,
it's annoying because the Nice Guys, people watch Lethal Weapon, people watch fucking Rush Hour. It's if you want comfortable, it's the same fucking shit. Like, it's close enough to that where those people who like the shit that they like could enjoy that. It's close enough, but it's smart enough that somebody who likes a good movie could enjoy it. And it's not getting any play.
Yeah. I guess sometimes it doesn't matter how much people always bitching about critics, destroying movies like Batman v Superman and shit like that. But then the critics love something like The Nice Guys, and nobody goes to see it. So how much weight do critics actually carry?
I just want fun and good. Listen, I'll give you Jurassic World. We haven't had good, fun summer movies in a while. Yeah. Inception. What, Inception? Is that 5 years ago now?
Yeah. Hopefully Suicide Squad will be fun, but we'll see about that.
Fun, original.
Yeah. I mean, there's Pacific Rim, but I didn't really find that movie very fun. Not to keep going back to that one. I mean, it was fun enough, but the moment the characters start opening their mouths, I had less fun.
I don't know.
Yeah, what came out last summer? I can't even remember. Terminator, but that wasn't original.
It was the exact opposite of original.
I guess Mad Max was original-ish, but still not even
a sequel. Yeah. Keep going.
But I'm just trying to think of what came out last year, and I'm not coming up with anything that was original.
Nope, it's very hard.
I guess Room, but that wasn't really a fun summer movie. It was
based
on a book. Yeah, never mind.
When we did it a couple weeks ago, when Stad was our guest, it appears as if America enjoys space movies, whether it be Interstellar, Gravity. Those made a lot of money, and they're original. I would love to show you my title card for that, but my fucking computer fried.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
I have nothing. Everything is gone. Everything.
like all your really like it stuff and everything? Like,
Yeah. Well, I still have my theme song, which was somehow on my iTunes, not my hard drive. So
okay.
my song still exists. Phase 3 of the title cards is gonna have to be made now. The Martian, Peter says.
Well, that was based on a book. But I guess they're forgiving that. But
The best. I kind of alluded to it before.
Mhm.
If you want good story, you better start watching television, and that's horrific.
what? Yeah. I still need to watch Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, even though it's over.
Mhm.
A lot of people like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I go back a couple years. Lost, 24. Dexter was really good the first half. Sopranos. I mean, you go further back.
Jessica Jones, Daredevil season 1.
Oh, Bloodline on Netflix. Oh,
I haven't seen that. That sounds good.
oh, Ben Mendelsohn. I like
Okay.
me some Ben Mendelsohn. But Bloodline that's gnarly. Did Lindsey ever finish Daredevil? Ask him yourself, Peter.
I did, and every time I try to make an episode about it, I did not like season 2.
Oh,
I've tried to make one episode to sum up my thoughts on the last 5 or 6 episodes of. I don't like season 2. I do not like that version of Elektra. I do not. When it got really good when the Kingpin showed up for a second, that was awesome.
But what about Punisher though?
Well, everything with Punisher was good, but Punisher stops kind of doing things after episode 4. He doesn't really start doing anything again until about episode 9 or 10. And then he just kind of really doesn't do anything. So when Punisher was allowed to do stuff, it's awesome. But that's a very minor, it's a very minor part of the season that he does. And the Black Sky, I can't just fuck the Black Sky. I'm sorry, but we've had, 26 episodes of Daredevil so far, and I did the math on it. 9 of them or 10 of them or something like that or more, right? A massive chunk of these 26 episodes has been dedicated to people dealing with this fucking Black Sky, and we still don't know what it is. We still don't know what it is. We know it's Elektra, but what does that mean? Does that mean she has powers? Does that mean that she doesn't have powers? Does that mean she's a god? What the fuck does it mean? And why the fuck won't they tell us? What the fuck was that pit in New York? You realize that that's just forgotten about. They dig that pit, and then that's it. We don't know what that pit's about. They just have this pit as they're trying to do the shit with the Black Sky, and then they just move on. And it's what is happening? The first season of the show was so good and tight. What the fuck is this? And that's why I haven't made an episode on it yet. And if you like it, power to you, because I wish I could, but I just can't.
Yeah, I wasn't. I heard that Punisher was really, really good.
Punisher was fucking amazing. I used to really like Thomas Jane. Used to be my Punisher, because I actually did kind of like that movie. But it's definitely him now. It's what's his? I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but he was he was incredible. Whatever his name is, I can't think of it right now.
From Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah. And
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, he was really good in there too. Sell me this pen. Hey, you need a pen? Here you go.
It's sign an autograph.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that was really good. Oh, what's his name? It's gonna bug me.
Tell her to come watch. Tell her to come watch. Tell her to come watch.
Season 2. What is his name?
Something Italian sounding.
Exactly. Oh, and Bang. Bang was such a good episode. That was such a great way to start off. John Bernthal. And
Doesn't sound Italian.
what? John Bernthal.
It doesn't sound Italian at all.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I was thinking like, hey, Bobby DeVito.
Actually, I'm not even sure why I agreed with you. Is he Italian? Like, I think I just agreed with you.
I don't know. He was in a Scorsese movie. He has to be. We were just talking about racism. I was just.
This is why Hollywood is so racist, because we're so racist and they're just projecting us up onto the screens. Hey, but at least we're racist to the Italians and not
not sexist. Ghostbusters with Fatty and Tits with the
Twig,
the Fatty, the Tits, and then the blonde, and then the black one.
Oh, it's just
that's Ghostbusters, right?
Who are you gonna call?
Oh boy!
Yeah,
if it's true, it's just stereotyping. That's what it is.
Is that what it is? You wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't accurate.
It doesn't sound. What sounds Italian? What an asshole! Let me try to crawl out of here before I keep digging.
Spaghetti. That's who we thought his name was going to be.
Yep.
Bernthal. Spaghetti.
Mm-hmm. But
Clancy Brown was cool. It was nice to see Clancy Brown. I forgot that he was in Daredevil for a second. It's always good to see Clancy Brown.
How did we get here? How did we get to Daredevil? Peter asked.
Oh yeah, Peter asked about it in the comments. Yeah, so we've gone completely off the rails.
Oh, obligatory Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
The reshoots for Rogue One. Everybody's saying, well, apparently, Disney's worried.
The official story is they didn't like the tone. They didn't feel it felt like it's stuck with the rest of the franchise. But after supposedly pretty hefty rewrites at the start of the year and now reshooting half the movie, that sounds like a bigger issue than tone.
The trailer looked incredible.
Yeah, I agree. I've been
Ghostbusters has 2 piles of dog shit, and they're saying, fuck you, you're sexist.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to fix the $2 billion property? Which trailer looked incredible?
Yeah.
Let me make sure I understand Hollywood now. Yeah, you live there. You tell me.
No, I don't have a comment. That is a really good point. Ghostbusters gets hated and everyone writes it off as
sexism
stuff. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I haven't had faith in Rogue One. I have not been behind this project.
Did you not like the trailer?
No, the trailer is good, but the Godzilla trailer was incredible, and it's the same director. And Godzilla turned out to be a flaming tire fire of horribleness. And that's without getting into the fact that one of the writers directed New Moon, the worst.
Does somebody want to take Lindsey's place in this chat? Because I don't think I could talk to him anymore.
Oh, I'll just keep going then. Another of the writers wrote After Earth. After Earth. These are the people writing Rogue One. New Moon's director and After Earth's writer. And then a third guy who has never written a movie in his life, or at least has never been credited as writing a movie in his life.
Let's rewind and go back to Ghostbusters.
Okay.
No, not Ghostbusters. Godzilla. Wrong G word.
Okay.
Tire fire?
I hated that movie. It was a painful experience watching that film for me.
Why?
First of all, the main character could not be more useless. He contributes nothing. The one thing he could contribute is he's a bomb disposal expert. So his job is to get rid of bombs. And one chance in the movie he gets to get rid of bombs, he fails. He is useless dead weight in his own movie.
Well, the title of the film is Godzilla,
True.
Not a bearded movie guy. Hello, Peter.
Can I come and play?
Indeed, sir.
How you doing, dude?
Hey man, how's it going?
Yeah,
So,
doing good.
Peter, how do you feel about Godzilla 2014?
I liked it. I thought
Okay,
it was.
Fair
I
enough.
thought,
two
I
on
thought
one.
it was. Why is what is the general consensus that it sucks?
Well,
Well,
Lindsey was going off on Rogue One, and he started with Godzilla, saying it was a tire fire, and that's where I just started seeing red.
What does tire fire mean?
it's just
Bad.
horror. Once Bryan Cranston was no longer in that movie, I just there was just I mean I kind of I mean it's not because he wasn't there. It's not because I didn't expect him to stick around the whole movie. I knew he was going to die. Whenever you cast an actor like him in a
Yeah.
movie like that, obviously he's going to die. But just I didn't care about anyone else because Kick-Ass looked like he was asleep, and I
Yeah.
like him. His character was useless. What's her face? Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of anyone's names?
Less
right now?
popular Olsen.
Yes.
No, I think
Well,
more popular.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah. These days, definitely more popular. Much more popular.
more
Elizabeth Olsen.
popular Olsen. Definitely.
And she's a really good actress, but she
She
was
is.
given nothing to do in that movie.
Plus, she would listen. I'm a parent, man. You never let your kid go on a bus with someone that you're not. No, I'm gonna stay here and wait for daddy, and you go on this bus with this woman. What the frick? I'm like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, that
But-
was a little silly pants.
All the problems I had with Godzilla though were all script based. I don't blame the director for them. I think like he did a good job directing what he was given to do. I think the Godzilla stuff where he's on screen is freaking great.
Mhm.
And I'm okay. Like I was even okay with the fact you didn't get a ton of it because like if you watch the original Godzilla, like original
more.
Godzilla, it's like there wasn't that much actual Godzilla on the screen. So, but I wanted more too.
I'd rather want more than have too much.
Yeah, like I definitely it left me wanting more. I was a little disappointed. Like where I was disappointed the most with the action is where they cut away from that first big fight to go to that. They show the fight on TV.
Not even the whole fight, just like the end of the fight.
Yeah,
just flying away.
The thing flies away and stuff, and it's just like, why wouldn't you have taken a chance to show that? Like,
They do that. You know, they do that a couple of times in that movie. Like when shit starts getting nasty in the city, we get the door closing.
Yeah.
Like what used to be the original trailer, but it was him screaming and then the door closing.
Yeah.
They altered that shot, and it was them first embracing, and you're like, can we get a better angle of this? Like,
yeah, it was a little like it was all my problems with that movie were all script based, not directorially or whatever. I think he did good with what he was given to do.
Well, did you ever see his other movie, Monsters?
Yes, I own Monsters. I think it's me and Brian Lomax were talking about that, and he was saying how like he did that movie with just a sound guy.
Yeah.
So it was just like him, a sound guy, and the two actors that were the main, and that was it. And then he would just go back after cutting, because he was a special effects guy, and do all the special effects in his computers at home. So it's like I'm like, that's brilliant. It's like if you look at it and know that, it's like especially.
Well, that's his thing. Like he makes movies look really good for a fraction of the budget. Like that's his selling point as a director. Which is really cool because, like, let's bring the budgets of some of these movies down into a more reasonable level, and then we won't have to worry about them making $500 million at the box office in order to break even.
And that may be why they did the thing where they cut away to the TV, and because they're like, listen, we don't have the budget for another big fight. He's like, listen, can I show it on a TV, and I'll show like 10 seconds of what was going to be an awesome fight because you wouldn't give me the budget to do it, and then it's like. And I'll play around with shadows later on and hope for the best. And because that's like a lot of what it is like, but like
hold that thought. Lindsey, how do you feel about the broader Godzilla?
I didn't like it till I saw this new one. Now we've got two American Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
That much?
I do not like that movie. I do not like Gareth Edwards' style. His characters are always boring. They always have weird daddy issues. Like They do. Like,
again, he didn't write the script though. It wasn't
True.
like it's
But-
like
but
I totally go to script on that. That's not him.
But it's still 2 movies in a row where he's got boring lead characters that have weird daddy issues, and that makes me wonder if Rogue One, Jen Erso's, I'll admit this is entirely conspiracy theory level stuff I'm saying right now, but
Like,
that Imperial guy that's in white clothing, I would bet my life is.
Do you mean Ben Mendelsohn? Sorry.
Wait. I'm not ripping Ben Mendelsohn. I'm just saying that I think that Ben Mendelsohn is
Imperial
the
guy
lead
in
later.
white.
is Felicity Jones' dad?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. That's going to be a big third act reveal in that movie. It's like she's
That won't
not.
shock me. But again, that's not him writing the script. Maybe they're just like, listen, we want to make a Star Wars movie. We have an up-and-coming director. Does it have any daddy issues in it? Who can we cast as the director? I heard Gareth Edwards does daddy issues. Awesome. Now, I will say, it's fun. I took my daughters to see Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me and my wife.
I'm curious, did they like it? The girls?
Oh, they liked it. They liked it a lot.
Okay.
But my youngest, who at the time would have been, I'm guessing around 10, literally said out loud when Bryan Cranston died, but he can't die, he's the main character! Like, she literally out loud, as like, just like, looking at me going, how is he dying?
And I just remembered, it's such a cool death, because he doesn't actually die on camera. Yeah. They just cut away and they're zipping up his corpse. It's like, what?
It was just like, I'm like, why did they kill him? And yeah, again, I'm not going to blame Gareth Edwards for it, but yeah, Taylor Aaron Johnson or
Aaron Taylor Johnson, yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, that's it. I've got his name mixed up. I do that all the time now.
It's okay.
He was boring as anything in that movie, and like, you know, but again, that's probably what he was trying to do.
The title of the film is Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. And I enjoyed the Godzilla. I enjoyed the Godzilla.
The Godzilla parts were awesome.
I wish there would have been more Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
I wish, like, there's a few things that I would have taken out, and a few things like it. I'm like, couldn't we gotten a nuke from anywhere else than right where, like, we have to run parallel to where, like, so the monster's coming from this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got a nuke from this direction. Meanwhile, you have all of these nukes out way over here. You could bring one towards the thing where it's not going to mess. No, got to take it on a train right parallel with where the monster's got. And that also is, like, at the same time, that monster's going to kill all electrical things the second. What? It's like, why would you do like, these are scripting issues again. I don't blame the director for them, but I'm just. I liked it. I liked it, and I was hoping, like, I was okay with him doing the sequel, although he's not doing the sequel now.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting. Like,
you heard why?
Oh, I know. Maybe he wants to do smaller projects.
He wants to do smaller projects. After Rogue One, he was like, "Listen, I made a small movie with 2 actors, and then you guys gave me Godzilla, and we're like, well, you're really good. Let's give you." And he's just like, "I'd really like to go back to small movies."
It's funny that so many directors are doing that these days.
Yeah, he
James
literally
Bond,
pulled out of it.
Yeah,
he just went, like, he was scheduled to be the director for the second Godzilla, and he's just like, yeah, could you get someone else? I'd rather go do some.
What if that says something larger than just, you know, people? I mean, if you were to imagine that people out of film school, if they were to be asked, you know, you're going to be offered, you know, Godzilla, Jaws, Star Wars, these types of things, and oh, by the way, by film 3, you're going to start turning this shit down.
Yeah.
What does that say about Hollywood? I mean, sincerely, like,
well, the thing
these
is,
are like
though,
dream
right? Like,
jobs, and people are turning this shit down.
you could go look at the amount of directors that go their whole career without doing a movie as big as Rogue One.
Right. Yeah.
Right, like, you'll have guys that and not for lack of even wanting to, they just never get asked.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, you have a guy who on his 3rd movie, or maybe 4th, because he did Dark Continent, Monsters Dark Continent, which I haven't seen. I've been told is.
Didn't he just produce that? I don't think he directed it, did he?
Oh, okay. I don't even know. I just heard that was a thing, so I haven't seen it yet. I've been told it's bad by most people that have seen it, but I still want to see it because I'm like, you know, but. But yeah, it's like if you were to say to most directors, oh, by the way, it's like you're going to get to direct this big movie. It's like most of them never get that chance. Like, they're guys who live in obscurity, like, and they make movies that are profitable, but they just keep on making like the same similar style movies that keep. And then you get a guy who's literally done hardly anything, and they're giving him Godzilla, which wasn't a massive budget film, but it was a decent sized budget film. And then Rogue One had to have a massive budget. Like, there's no way Disney's not throwing money at that thing.
I'm scared to know what it's going to be after they do the reshoots. Like,
yeah, I know. And it's just
expensive.
It's funny because the Schmoes interviewed Colin Trevorrow right before Jurassic World got like stupid big.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what, I'd like to go back, and he said the same thing. I'd like to go back and do Independence and kind of, get some experience, and then maybe I'll try this again. And sure enough, Jurassic World blows up, and he gets attached to Star Wars Episode 10.
Yeah.
9. Whatever, 9. So, like, at least that makes me feel, I don't know, a little bit better, or I don't know, because here's a guy who basically, before Jurassic World came out, they were looking for someone to blame because there was so much. If you remember, it was all about, there's 4 people writing the script, and it's going to, I heard this and this and this, and everybody was just pointing. No, it's his fault. No, it's that.
Chris Pratt has raptors as pets.
And then it was like, $1 billion? It's mine. I directed it. Why don't you talk to me about that? No, man, these writers, they're incredible. So it switched.
I was excited for the pet raptors. That made me want to see the movie. It's like, I want a pet raptor. That looks awesome.
Motorcycle shot alone was like, that's pretty. I'm all right. That's
right.
A lot of people freaked about that. They're like, raptors are, and like, they're not pets. They're clearly not pets. They could turn on him at any moment, and he knows that. But they have it's like all about the eye contact, and that's why he runs away from them when he finally gets the guy out of the cage. He doesn't just be like, okay then, see you later, raptors. I'm just it's like, no, he freaking like, okay, and I'm gone. And it's like,
it's a true sequel to Jurassic Park as far as I'm concerned. But
I still like The Lost World. I know I'm that minority, but I
don't like The Lost World.
I like it.
Okay, there are things I like about it.
Yeah.
And
it's not perfect. I just think there's enough good in there that I can't write it off. Like, I can't just pretend that it's.
If it wasn't made by Spielberg, I'd probably be a bit more forgiving. But it's like it's when his name gets attached to things, I have a certain level of quality, and a lot of my problems again were script based with that. Like, you have a woman who's an animal expert that knows all about their things, and yet she takes a baby that's leaking blood back to her trailer when she like literally talked earlier about how like they have the best olfactory senses of any dinosaur and blah 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 blah, and it's like wait a minute, you're the one that told people not to do this crap, and now you're the one who's taking, like, why would you possibly, you're an expert in this field, why would you do this? It's like, I understand the other guy wasn't, but you are. And then like when the girl kicking the raptor just
oh yeah, that gymnastic stuff.
I'm sorry. It's like that scene plays out different in my head. She kicks the raptor, drops to the floor, and the raptor looks at her like, "What the heck was that?" and then eats her, because that's what would have happened.
I think I like your version better.
It's like she kicks it as hard as she can, hurts herself, falls, and Jeff.
There is a lot of good in that.
Mom's gonna be mad.
The whole, I mean, granted, however you want to swallow the fact that they have the T-Rex baby in the truck.
Sorry, mosquito. I realized afterwards, I'm like, I'm on camera, I can't do that crap. I literally threw it right in front of my face, and I'm like.
So that whole stretch where they're hanging off the cliff, that was a really, really nice, tense moment.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter that it was dinosaurs. The raptors through the tall grass, granted it was just basically a shot, but there was a bunch of stuff in that movie that was quite all right.
Like, you talk about the shots. Honestly, the cinematography in that movie is really good. There's really good long shots that are just beautiful. And I'm a sucker for long shots.
I'm also. It's so funny because when I was younger, I never noticed them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like I just watched films like You know, and so now occasionally I still watch films like that, but occasionally I'll be like watching a film and go, that was all one take. What the? Wait a minute. It's like I don't remember seeing anyone cut at all. It's like,
well,
and then
getting
it's
back
still
to
like
Daredevil, like those long take fight scenes that they always have.
yeah,
I never realized that it's one. I'm so sucked into it, I don't realize it's one take until
yeah. It's like that's one take.
They haven't cut this shit. It's still going.
It's like they just keep going. I don't understand. It's like,
I
yeah.
think Children of Men was the first time I was like, whoa.
Oh.
I don't think
See, I didn't notice that until it was pointed out to me, and then I was
really?
like,
Okay.
holy crap, that is one take. And I'm like, that's how did they do that? It's like, where was the camera? I don't understand. How did they go in the car? And then it's like,
that car scene, yeah.
When I was younger, I just missed that stuff. I was just like, yeah, look, okay, it's an action scene. Who cares? You know, it's like, but yeah, I'm a sucker for long take now, especially when I find them. When I'm like, especially if I've seen them in movies that I've seen before and didn't notice them, and then I found them. I was like, that's a one take. That was nice. Have you ever seen Rope?
I haven't, but I have it right here.
Oh,
so I need to watch that already.
Watch it. It's done in 8 takes.
Oh, wow, really?
They couldn't. It would have been done if Hitchcock had the technology today.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been done in 1 take.
That's cool.
But he literally had to do it because the film could only go for 8 minutes at a time, or 8 or 10 minutes at a time. And so they literally would film 1 take until the film was about to run out, and then they would zoom in on something.
Mm-hmm.
And so unless you're paying attention, you won't even notice that they've done it.
Oh,
like,
the Birdman trick, where you're just like during the wet pan, you cut or like something
yeah.
in front of the camera. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
like they'll zoom in on something, and then when they zoom right out 2 seconds later, you're just like, oh, and you just think it's still 1 take, but it's because like they literally just would run out of film every time, so it's like they could only do like 8 minutes at a time. And stuff, so it's like, and it's not a very long movie, 8 or 10 minutes at a time, I think it was. And so
if that can't be that long. It's like what, 64 minutes at the most.
Yeah, no. So I guess it's probably 10. I think it's 10 minutes at a time or something like that.
Okay. That's still pretty cool.
They just literally, it's like, so if they mess it up midway through, they got to stop and start over again. It's like,
that's
pretty
why.
cool.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like, it's one thing in theater where you're seeing it all kind of happening up on
Yeah.
stage, but because it's simpler things than what happens in movies, and it's not transitioning from room to room.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like someone says like, well, it's just like a play. What's the big deal? And I'm like, except the fact that the camera has to go with it. And if like I watched the special features, and the camera was bigger than I am.
Yeah.
Like it was massive.
Back then, they were freaking monsters.
Yeah, and it's like, so it's like you had to literally, like he knew which walls of the set had to be moved midway through the shot while the camera was over here. There was guys moving a wall over here while it was all live, so that when they walked this way, they could do that. You know, it's like all because the camera was so big. And I'm just like, meanwhile, they could do that with a GoPro freaking now if they want to. It's like you can do so many things now as a filmmaker you'd never be able to get away with back then. But
there's a great joke in Conjuring too of like Patrick Wilson unpacks like a camera and he puts it up on his shoulder and he's like off balance by it, but then he looks at it, it's like, it's so small and light. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's
compare that
crazy.
to today, where like
yeah. Yep.
Which I lost my kick plate for, so I don't know where to put this guy because I can't put it on my tripod. I'm always just having to very carefully move it around my room.
Move it around. But it's crazy, so it's like, it's just like the long takes and stuff. I'm a sucker for that too.
Yeah, I would love to see like in a movie that's done entirely in 1 take, like. But I don't know if that could really be. I mean,
it'd be so hard.
It's a simple enough story.
If it's simple enough story, like, it doesn't have to be. Has a small enough environment, you can get away with it, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also, could you do full 2 hours? That's the other question. Like, could you hold one shot for 2 hours?
Yeah. Killed the mosquito.
Oh, good job.
Just came in my.
It'd be interesting to see something like maybe like Clerks redone, where it's kind of cheating because maybe you just do like a stationary, security cam, but it would be one take.
Yeah.
Like over the course of of the day or what have you.
Mhm.
It's not impossible. That's for sure. Especially
nowadays with what they can do with cameras and stuff. I don't know. It's different than it used to be.
That is, yeah.
Victoria is a fantastic one-shot film shot across an entire city, 2 hours. One of the
Really?
best films of 2015. Just technically incredible.
What's it called?
Victoria?
Victoria. Is it Russian? I think I've heard of it. If it's Russian.
Oh, that does.
That means they were in a hurry when they were doing the film, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Try the film.
Not stereotyping. He's having fun with the word.
Victoria. I'm curious now. Let me see this movie.
I hate the delay. I really do.
Oh, with us or with the audience? It's a German.
What?
Film. Sorry, it's a German movie.
The Germans?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's German, yeah.
Why do you need a gun? Are you afraid of the Germans?
It's one of the few films shot in a single continuous take. Damn. Okay, cool. I gotta check that out then. What are the other movies that have done that?
I guess maybe set in Berlin. Most of it is in English. That's good. I don't want to read my movies.
Right.
I don't mind reading my movies. Because I don't know. What are your thing? Do you not like subtitled films?
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just it's harder for me to get submerged in the story when I'm, down, up, down, up, down, up.
Yeah, because like I was like when I was younger I was reluctant about subtitled films, but I got to a point when now most of the time, as long as the film's engaging, I don't even notice I'm reading anymore. It just goes. But I will say Tarantino is the smartest man about subtitles because he puts all his subtitles in yellow.
Yes.
And
Right.
because there's hardly anything yellow enough on his screen that's going to mess with it. Whereas when people put their subtitles in white, and then white crap comes on the screen, and I can't read the words.
Yeah.
I just experienced that the other day, actually. I was watching Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is all the subtitles are in yellow, and that movie's all greens and browns and stuff like that. So the yellow stands out perfectly, except for one shot where there's a fire. But that's just, one shot out of the movie is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, one shot's fine.
But then immediately after that, I watched fucking Fear the Walking Dead, which had this horribly tiny, cramped lettering in this white font when they're out in the desert, so the light's reflecting off the sand, so you just don't know what the fuck anyone's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, if you speak Spanish, you know what they're saying, but I don't, and I don't know.
I don't speak Spanish. Like a lot of the stuff I watch is I like watching a lot of Japanese stuff like Corsair and stuff. It's all black and white, and all the subtitles are in white, and it's just like. Anytime, it's like there's times when you're just like I don't know what they're saying. It's like it's there, I just don't know. I can't tell. And it's just.
I know I watch a decent amount of anime, so I do watch some stuff in subtitles or English if it's a decent dub. But yeah, the subtitle, you really need to be careful with your subtitles, guys. They can completely ruin even the best of anything. If we just don't know what the people are saying to each other, we're gonna tune out. So, how's that vanilla Coke, dude?
It's delicious.
Awesome.
Luke says I don't want to spoil it, but everything that happens in it, it just blows my mind how they orchestrated it all. Way to spoil it, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
Cool things happen? Damn it.
You mean it's a woman film?
His mind is blown? Thanks, dick.
Well, if it's blown, he doesn't really know what he's saying anyways, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's a horrible movie. We should all go watch it because it's horrible.
But to bring him, Luke, I'm going to bring it down a peg or two. You said the same thing about the goddamn Before trilogy. So
before what? Midnight.
Before sunrise, sunset, midnight, right?
Do you like those movies?
I've never seen them.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never seen them either.
Peter?
I've seen the first two. I've seen 20 minutes of the third one.
Why only 20 minutes?
Well, it's not really a spoiler, I guess. Okay, you can tell by watching.
They're a couple.
They're a couple by the third one, right? And they have kids together.
Okay.
and he has a kid from a previous marriage.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you follow these people for all this time, right? Like, so it's like, and all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, like he just sent his son back to America. He's living in France, I guess, or whatever. Why are you laughing? What's so
I'm
funny?
reading his comments. He
Who's
says,
that?
"Yeah, sure. Judge me based on your opinion of films you've never seen."
See?
Also, never said they blew my mind. He called them like perfect or some shit.
Well,
Okay.
that's not mind blowing though. That's perfect. That's different.
Yeah, it's not mind blowing. It's just different completely. No, it's so it's like you know the basis for most of them, right? It's like,
They're just a couple, right? They're like going
well,
through.
no, in the first one they meet on a train, and it's before sunrise or sunset, before sunrise, and it's so they spend the night together in a city in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
And then the next one, and then they don't see each other again. The next one takes place years later, where they spend a day together.
Okay.
And so he comes back, and he's like a published author and stuff, and they kind of spend the day together. And then the third one, like they're a couple, and he's divorced from his other wife, and like he has a son that's from the States. And so they've just literally and they all take place in that section. So this one takes place from like the afternoon to midnight, I guess. And like it bothered me because like he was just complaining that he misses his son already, and that he wishes he could see him more often because he lives in Europe and his son lives in America. And she immediately just goes, well, what, you want to get divorced? And like she's like, fine, we can get divorced if you want. And I was just like, what? Like, it just seems so flippant that like I've been following these characters, and all of a sudden she was like so angry with him about the fact that he missed his son, and I'm just like, he didn't say that. Like, why are you jumping there? And like I watched 5 more minutes and just was annoyed with her character. And like, you know what?
The first 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was like, nope, I'm just annoyed with you now, so I don't want to talk. I don't want to watch you anymore, because I'm just like, why would you jump to divorcing the guy? It's like, because they had kids together, and it's like, so I'm just like, nope, you lost me.
So wait, do you know what happens at the end then?
Nope, no clue. I don't care. I gave up. The minute she was like, you know what, we should get divorced, I was like, you know what, I don't care about your characters anymore. So. It's like,
I mean, that says a lot. If you're unable to give a shit about the characters, like, I mean.
Now, I guarantee you, there's people who are going to watch this that are going to call me a freaking terrible person for this, because like people love those movies and stuff, and love Richard Linklater.
Apparently, Luke said people have problems with the third one, but he's saying that you watched the Cliff's Notes version. They're not married. She doesn't mention divorce.
She did.
He's making up the movie, he says.
I swear. They're married, they have 2 kids, or if they're not married, they have 2 kids together. They have like 2 daughters. But I swear she's like, do you want to just get divorced then? And I was like, so, I don't know, maybe I watched the Cliff Notes version, but I watched the one that I took out of the library, which is the same ones I got from the other one, so I don't know.
Okay.
But
that's intriguing.
I just lost.
Wait, did you watch the end, or was it the beginning? Like,
no, it was the beginning.
It opens with them fighting?
It opens with them dropping his son off at the airport to go back to America. So, and then
he misses him or whatever?
Yeah, and he's just, as they're driving back home, he's just talking about the fact that he misses his son already, and that, and she just starts complaining about, and then she just like talks about getting divorced, or maybe she just said we should break up, and I was like, I don't know, like I just took it as divorce because I assumed they were married. Maybe that's just my, church sensibilities. Just assumed if someone had 2 kids together that they're in love, they'd probably get married sooner or later. I don't know. Maybe that's my bad. I don't know.
You spent a whole trilogy with them, damn it.
So, I don't know. But yeah, I gave up at that point. So, but maybe I might have just been in a mood too. Who knows?
I've given up on movies for less than that, dude. Don't worry about it. Like, what was not all the Kingsmen. What was it? It was. Maybe it was All the King's Men, like a 2008.
Sean Penn?
2000, yeah, like
Yeah.
everyone was talking about it. And I checked it out, and like 10 minutes in, it's like I'm done.
I've done that.
Yeah.
There's some movies that are incredibly critically praised that I've done that too. Like ones that are on like IMDb's like top 250 and they're in the top like 50.
Wow.
And there's a French movie that I just can't take. I give up. I've tried to watch it twice.
Oh wow.
And I've given up twice, and I just.
Well, speaking of Linklater, I watched Boyhood with my girlfriend, and she knew I had to watch it because of my channel and stuff like that. But halfway through it, she looks at me and she's like, "I'm gonna go home. I know you have to finish it, but I don't want to. So bye."
Because I don't care about the characters. And
I don't remember what her exact. Like I think it was just the scene that we watched. It's like, and I'm done. I can't.
And then you broke up the next day.
Pretty much.
Really?
We still no.
I was gonna say I feel bad.
No, don't worry, dude. I took her to the airport this morning. We're fine, but it's just the look on her face.
Wait a minute, you just took her to the airport and you're like, oh, by the way, here's the airport.
Get out.
Yeah, get out of my car for not liking Boyhood.
I thought we were going on a date. We are. We're at the airport. Have fun.
Here's an open ticket. Go anywhere but here.
Yeah, don't be here. Give me a ticket? No, you're just going to go watch the planes. Now leave. Get out of my car.
My assumption is you like the movie quite a bit, Lindsey? Boyhood?
Oh, no. God, no.
No?
I mean, I'm just sitting there and, like, the boy goes from having no personality to having just a totally pretentious personality.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the point where I'm supposed to like this kid? And
there's more of an arc for the Mexican guy who gets a degree and ends up having the job at the end. He has more of an arc than the main character.
Than the main character.
You know the guy that like he's doing housework and then she says you should go to night school and then like we see what happens a couple of years later thanks to her advice.
Yeah.
Like we actually see something
happen
based on something like the whole premise of Boyhood. It would be such a cool, unique thing to see like a young child and have events that happen to that child affect the teenager, the adult that he becomes. But they never do anything like that. Like when he witnesses his mom get beaten or whatever, like it doesn't change anything about how he is with his mother, how he treats women. Like it's just like a statement like, oh, my mom's got shitty luck with men, guess I'll go and listen to this weird music and cry that my dad didn't save me the car.
Yeah. And that the car thing felt very pretentious too. Like I've seen that storyline. I guess it's a real thing. I'm not gonna like take away from anyone who's had like a dad promise them something and then never deliver.
And then yeah,
like that happens. Me and my brother and I have different dads, same mom, and his dad kind of promises a lot of stuff. I know, but at the same time, it's like the car really like there wasn't like something else we could have gone with, something more original. And why do all your boyfriends have drinking problems? Like not just the one rich one, but also the one she kind of ends
the
up
security
with
guard guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like even he has a scene where he's drunk and yelling at the kid.
Yeah, and then he like gets in his face and he's like, "Yeah, you're right. You know why? Because I'm here. That's right. Your dad isn't around." And it's like, well, at the moment he's not, but he's like, it's not like he's a deadbeat.
Yeah.
At least, like
I think Screen Junkie said it best. She should have stayed with the original dad because he really wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially, that bad, yeah.
Especially in comparison to these friggin' dirtbags. The guy who writes a check for liquor and like what the fuck? He's staying in the car and like I would love to see that like develop some sort of thing because of Mason. Is that the kid's name?
I think so. Yeah.
Because Mason has to experience that and go through that weird shit. Years later he is either an alcoholic has weird like trust issues, or maybe he becomes a dick. Like I would love to see things that affected him, like alter the
Yeah.
way. I don't know. It
I mean, I will
just
say
a
this,
wasted
like,
opportunity.
maybe if I saw Boyhood sooner, like not right before the Oscars, but like when it first hit theaters and people were talking about it, and it just sounded like the interesting little indie movie and not like
Yeah.
the best movie of all time. Oh my god. Maybe I would have had a different reaction to it. Also, well, although maybe sitting in a movie theater for 3 hours, that always kind of gets me.
I watched it, like I watched it quite a while after it came out, and
What was your feelings? We never even asked. I'm sorry.
that's okay. Well-made gimmick.
Yes.
Is all I could think of. It's a well-made film, but it's a gimmick. And when people are like, "Yeah, it's mind-blowing because you see him grow up before your eyes," I'm like, "Yeah, it's a gimmick." It's like there's not much of a story there. And if you put that same story, exact same story, with 4 boys that you follow, like, so you filmed like 4 sections of their lives and had that same exact story, people would be like, it's pretty boring and stuff. It's only because it's the same boy for 12 freaking years.
Yeah.
And so it's like the story itself, I don't think would hold together if you had 4 actors that were like one that was this age that did this years, and one that was this age that did this years, and one that did this, and it's like,
I agree with that.
I just think people would not praise it nearly as much. Like, that's not saying he's not a good filmmaker. It's not a bad film, but I just consider it a gimmick.
And I totally find that it's made. Like, it's a cool experiment. Someone went out there and did something cool, and it took 13 fucking years to make, and respect on that.
Yeah.
I never want to watch it again, though. But
yeah,
respect for you for making it. Like,
it's the same thing as a one-take movie. Like, we were talking about long shots. Like, it's a gimmick. It's and I want to see it. That sounds like a cool film, but it's still a gimmick because, like, you would probably get better takes of things if you were able to take multiple takes of the. It's like freaking like what's his name? Fincher will take like 80 takes of like Jake Gyllenhaal throwing a notepad onto a desk in Zodiac. Like, we just kept on making him do it because he's like, no, it's not exactly what I wanted. Can you throw it again? And he'd just be like, okay, and he'd throw it again, and no, can you do it again? It's like, it's like, okay, so that's ridiculous because, like, it's like you should be able to get it in 2 or 3 takes, but you, as filmmakers, generally will know, like, within 1 or 2 takes if they're getting what they want or if they need to change things. You can't do that in a one-take movie, so that makes it a gimmick too. No, it doesn't make it a bad movie.
No, and if anything, like, all those extra takes, they give the actor like if it's like an angry scene, that'll get the actor angry and annoyed. Now you've got that emotional, like, even more legitimately emotional investment in the character. I mean, not that they're not emotionally invested in the first place, but now they're also feeling similar feelings to the character, so it works. Like, and you want options when you're editing. I'm just gonna say it. Like, you want options.
Yeah. There was this thing in Saturday Night Live years ago with like Phil Hartman and I think Helen Hunt.
Okay.
And it was this thing where he was a director and he was directing her in a scene, and he's just like, okay, so, and she was like, I'm so excited, like, he hardly ever works, and it's like he's the best director, and it's like, and so he's just like, okay, so what I want you to do is go over and you're gonna pick up the telephone and you're gonna say your lines, and you're gonna be emotional, and she's like, you're laughing at something, I don't know what it is, but
no, just like, I just love that direction. You're gonna pick up the phone. Yeah. You're gonna be emotional.
You're gonna be emotional, and so it's like, she goes over and picks up the phone and starts saying her lines, and then he starts talking to the guy beside him. Okay. And be like, oh, look at her, she can't even act. And he's like, cut, and she comes over and she's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll do it better. And, and he's like, every time she goes to do it, he starts talking and joking with the crowd around him. And you're like, oh, look at her again. It's like, and it's like she's getting madder and madder, and then it's like, And then she's like, listen, I am an actress. I'm so. And he's like, and action. And she's like, picks up the phone and she's like, she does her lines perfectly. And he's like, cut. Perfect. Thanks. And then he's like, I got to go lie down in my trailer.
That's awesome. That's
she's just like, I thought he hated me. And he's like, nope, he just knows how to get the best out of actors. But he doesn't work. He goes, it tires the heck out of him and he can't. That's why he doesn't work that much anymore. And I'm just like, I wonder if it's actually like that with some, some directors where it's just like they literally they really need to get someone angry or get someone happy or to get exactly what they're looking for.
Well, apparently Hitchcock did stuff like that.
Yeah. I heard that he'd done stuff like that.
Well, like Fincher, just the 80 takes for a piece of paper being thrown on the table.
Yeah.
I think that's a great example.
Yeah, they just kept on going, do it again, and apparently, Gyllenhaal was just like, at first, it was like, oh, okay, and then by the 20th take, he's just like, okay, and it was like, it's first, no, not what I'm looking for. Do it again. It's like, I'm gonna kill you.
I've always wondered what it'd be like to actually be in that situation where they're just like, okay, cool, do it again. Okay, cool, do it again. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you do it again, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not throwing another piece of paper. You can't make me.
So to bring it back, Rogue One.
Yep. Yeah, that's where we were going, wasn't it?
That's where we started. Yeah.
Worried.
I mean, I've been worried from the start, but that's because I don't trust the writers and I'm not crazy about this director.
Right.
The trailer was good, though. The trailer was good.
Yeah, I like the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer was very good.
When they're like, we got to do massive reshoots, and I'm like, but I like the trailer, man. You did a really good job with that trailer. It made me excited for this movie. It made me I was more excited about Rogue One than I was about The Force Awakens.
Oh, really?
Just from the trailer. Just
I see. What the Force Awakens trailer did for you versus. Okay.
Yeah, I was actually.
I would still be surprised because I felt like every one of those Force Awakens trailers was marketing genius.
Oh, they were, but they weren't. They I already wanted to see the movie in a lot of ways, and I know I had a friend who I'm not really friends with anymore, but he was he did a video where he was crying when Han Solo and them came on the screen, and it was just, and he's a kid. He's only probably 18 or 20, and I'm just and I'm the one I grew up with Han Solo. You didn't. It's not the same way. It's
yeah.
And it's I wasn't in tears at all. It was just cool, looks good, And I think they did a great job in the marketing. They showed you enough that you were interested and wanted to see it, but they didn't show you anything that let you know what the actual overall story was.
Well, that's J.J. Abrams doing his J.J. Abrams thing, where mystery boxes and all that. Yeah, but I do agree. I mean, okay, so I didn't cry for Star Wars until I actually saw the music and Star Wars. I saw the music until I heard the music. I saw the Star Wars logo.
Saw the music.
Yeah, it was such a good moment.
It was such a good movie. You could see the music floating through the air.
Actual just little musical notes. I can read music now because of this experience. I was on some crazy drugs that day, but yeah, I do like the trailer. Just to keep it somewhat focused, I did like the trailer for Rogue One. I just don't like the brain trust it has. I don't like the puppeteers, but we'll see.
It's got a very Marvel, feel to it, and I'm dying to know how much truth there is to this. B, what was the audience that saw it? C, what were they expecting? What's that?
No audiences have seen it. Only Disney execs. Or at least that's what I read from the Latino reviewer, the Heroic Hollywood. Those guys.
Mm.
I mean, maybe they're not accurate, but supposedly they haven't test screened it yet.
If you did, they would have had to sign a thing that they give away their firstborn if they freaking said anything. Yeah. So even if they've seen it, they're not going to say they've seen it. No. They're
pretty hardcore about that shit.
Yeah.
I've gone to those movies where they people who talk about movies online aren't supposed to see them, and they look straight at me are you in the industry? And I'm like, no.
It's like define industry and define being in, because does YouTube count? Do I have to make money off of it to be part of the industry? Or?
Yeah, I like to think so. I'm just some dude who's making silly videos. Like, I don't know.
It's like I'm not really in the industry. No one in the industry is listening to me, so don't worry about it.
The only time the industry cares about me is when my videos get tagged for copyright content.
Yeah, I know, copyright infringement. It's like I feel so special. Paramount loves me.
Well, Paramount doesn't love me. I'll tell you that right now. I've had some stuff with them. Well, not tosses, but they've. Yeah. Anyway,
they've copyright striked you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You know how it goes. Like,
what's his name? The guy who Good Bad Flicks got copyright striked for showing pictures, promotional pictures from the movie. That's all he showed in his review of the movie, and they copyright strike. He's like, "You released these pictures for me to show." They still copyright struck him.
Well, the one that got me was Family Guy recently did an episode where they showed footage from a YouTube video. And Fox copyright claimed and took down the video that Family Guy took the footage from. Yeah, exactly. The look on your face, CP, kind of sums it up right there.
I didn't know it was. We saw the base of Peter's computer for a second. Yeah, that too.
Drink was behind it.
Did
I leave it behind anything?
Well, please tell me that's Canada's dry ginger ale. Like, boom! I saw the coloring and I was like, that's got to be in a Canadian drinking Canada Dry. That's awesome.
I would drink other ginger ale, but this was the one they offered, so.
Were you trying to say, CP?
I only drink Canada Dry.
Forget that Canada Wet stuff.
I'm just worried for the business. When Disney can make $2 billion, when they trusted, for the most part they trusted J.J. Abrams, right? I don't think they were very hands-on with the experience.
I'd agree.
And sure enough, here's the first movie after their first big foray into things, and they're kind of treating it with kid gloves. And
I think it's because it's not one of the three, right? Like, so like this is new ground for Star Wars.
Listen, nobody told them to make fucking Rogue One the first side story.
Yeah.
If you went out and made Boba Fett the movie, you probably would have a different setup here. Like, who set up Rogue One as the first thing? Like,
well, it was probably part of scripting and part of casting and all that fun stuff. But
if you think about the lore of Star Wars, the getting the rebel plant, like the plants of the Death Star, doesn't really register very high on the list of, oh man, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, well,
redo the Clone Wars.
No, don't touch the Clone Wars.
No, not redo Episode 2, but if you're gonna go back and do a movie from the past, have some crazy Clone Wars shit, because that's all we heard about. Well, not all we heard about, but they made Clone Wars out to be this great big thing, and it really...
No, they didn't, though. That's the thing. Star Wars, Clone Wars...
You saw the Clone Wars?
In the Clone Wars, Episode 4, 5, and 6, it's mentioned once.
Yes.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
Yeah, you fought in the Clone Wars. If Luke doesn't say that...
Twice.
No, where's the second one?
Well, Leia says, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars. And then Luke says, you fought in the Clone Wars. In the hologram. She's like, when we get the full
message... Does she say Clone Wars? Because I don't think she says Clone Wars. I don't think she says actual Clone Wars. I think she just
says Wars.
I think you fought with my father. You fought alongside my father. I don't think she says Clone Wars.
People talk about World War II. They talk about Vietnam. They don't talk about the first Iraq tussle in 1990 very much. So for them to talk about the Clone Wars 30 years after the fact means that something big happened back then.
Well, something big was supposed to happen, but it was a throwaway line, right? He didn't write the prequel.
I'm sort of with you. My point is, out of all the things that they dug into to start this side universe thing with, the Death Star plans?
This is why, right? Other than that one line of dialogue, the Clone Wars has nothing to do with Star Wars, right?
Sorry, I just YouTubed it. She does say Clone Wars. Boom!
I would like to see an original copy.
That's true. Okay.
I want to see an original, unmessed with copy before I accept that. So,
for the record, you and I both want to see an unmessed with copy because fuck those '90s re-releases.
Yes,
I want the shit I watched as a child.
I have yet to buy them on Blu-ray. I'm not buying anything till they release a freaking unaltered cut. And I don't think she says Clone Wars, and I think she just said you fought alongside my father in the wars. Now, maybe she did, but I don't remember her ever saying Clone Wars.
But also, even if she did, I'll say this: it's such a minute detail that doesn't matter, and it's such a throwaway line. Who would care? Like, what's the Clone Wars? I don't know. I don't want.
Yeah, I don't know. But because he said it, when they're writing prequels, they have to. It's like, crap. We mentioned the Clone War, and you fought with my father, and that means. So because he said it, now we have to write a whole freaking movie about it. That's literally because he wasn't thinking. No, I'm not going to talk anymore about it because it's just I can't talk about the prequels because they'll just get me pissed. So
it's like me and Daredevil season 2. It happens.
Yeah, I will get angry and you'll see a side of me you don't like or that you think is hysterically funny to watch. But we're not going there. That's for another time. This is why I think they did this for Rogue One. I think it was purely like, what can we get close to attaching to A New Hope? And so this is the closest thing that would have happened to A New Hope if you go back chronologically. Who got the plans for the Death Star? Because all you know is she has them and that people died for them. So they're like, there's a story we could tell. It's the untold story of how they got the plans for the Death Star. We could make it awesome. Which, it kind of looked awesome from the trailer. So I was just like, yeah, that's... it made sense to me that they're like, we're trying to connect to A New Hope as much as freaking possible, without just having to do a Han Solo movie because they weren't ready to do a Han Solo movie and they weren't ready to do a Boba Fett movie. So
evidently they're not ready to do a Rogue One movie.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't.
That must be killer as the director though, right? Like if he was like, okay, I'm done. I directed the movie that you gave me to do. Because it's like, again, directors like generally don't write the script, so they're given a script, they film the thing, they hand it off to them and go, here you go. And they go, it's not funny enough. And he's like, I don't see any funny bits in the script here. You didn't give me anything to film. Well, that's your fault though. You should have made it funny. How the heck am I supposed to make it funny? And it's not in the script. It's like, well, we want reshoots. It's like, what? Yeah. I'd be interested. Is he shooting the reshoots?
I've been wondering that. I have.
He's got to be.
He doesn't. They could
it could be the second unit.
Second unit, man. Second unit, everything. If a film that big probably has a second unit.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Like supposedly they're not reshooting the action; it's just the character beats.
Yeah, it's like some comedy beats and stuff like that.
So
it's putting humor into things. So
it's the Suicide Squad approach. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know. Would you guys come back if like Disney's like, okay, yeah, we like half your movie. Here's money. Go back and shoot the rest of it.
Yeah.
What? Like, how would you respond to that?
I would respond by saying, I think I'm going to make some smaller movies from now on. Ones where a big corporation can't be like, we didn't like your movie, reshoot it.
Fair enough.
It's like, no one told them to do that with Monster. So I could see where he may be like, okay, what did I get into here? This isn't what I thought it was, and I've done the job you've asked me to do, and you want it funny now. Why didn't you want it funny when you read it?
Yeah, where'd this need for hilarity come from all of a sudden? I guess my question is like, I guess not a question. Like, So not many movies get reshot like this.
Yeah.
Like, how many of them have been good that have been? Like, I wasn't crazy about World War Z, but I know some people do like World War Z, and
I
that's
like
massive reshoots, which is fine. Like, I don't belittle that or anything, but it's like,
Yeah.
like I'm trying to think of other examples I know that had huge reshoots. Like there was G.I. Joe 2, but nobody cares about.
Do we often hear about it though? I mean, we don't really.
No, nowadays you do. You hear about it, like I hear about it on Facebook. They freaking put that crap up. So and so going back for reshoots to reshoot some extra scenes. Yeah. Like in the world of Twitter, you hear about everything. Any movie that is supposed to be good, right? Like you would never hear about, well, they went to do reshoots for The Lobster, right? Because you know what? If the director watched the film with an audience and was like, I think we need to add some stuff. No, we would never hear about it. Like you maybe hear about it afterwards, but you wouldn't hear about it on Twitter. So.
Also, like, let's be honest, The Lobster probably doesn't have the money for reshoots.
Yeah, it's just like The Lobster was like, we're done. We
spent every cent
on the thing. So I don't. It's one of those things where it's like, I think big films probably nowadays, if a film is being made by a major studio that's supposed to be a big release, you would know if it's going for reshoots. Like Suicide Squad, we heard that it was going for reshoots. Now, again, they don't say why though. Like most of the time, like Suicide Squad, people were like, "Crap, it's comedy. They're trying to get more funny," and then they came out and said, "No, it's actually we're doing more action bits."
Right.
So, yeah, and Disney kind of verified too when people addressed, when the rumor got out there and they were asked about it, Disney came back and said, "Oh, we're just making sure that you have the best possible film," which they could have just. They could have just said, "Listen, this was part of the process," but they said, "We want to make sure you have the best possible film," which basically is, kind of confirming the fact that there's stuff we don't like.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is. It's a little like. Then again, though, Disney doesn't always, as much as Disney thinks they always know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
They don't.
They don't, because Disney has made some terrible films. If we want to go through the history of Disney,
Lion King 1.5.
Yeah.
John Carter, Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger, yeah. It's like a Haunted Mansion.
Oh my God, yes.
It's like Disney. Just because the name Disney is attached to it doesn't mean it's going to be gold. Like, yes, Disney does have a record. Like, you can be like, yeah, Disney's made $2 billion this year. Yeah, they have. But they've also, again, probably, if we look at all the Disney films that have come out, some of them are probably not that great. Right. It's like they don't have a 100% batting average by far. They're far from that. So,
and not lately.
I can't think of a studio that does either. Everyone turns out stinkers. Like, yeah.
Okay. My daughters are going to bed.
Oh, good night.
It's her birthday party. Guess what film they watched at her birthday party?
What they watched?
Friday the 13th.
No, I tried to convince them for that before, but no. My daughter's 12th birthday party, they watched Jaws.
Boom.
Because my daughters are awesome.
No,
they watched My Neighbor Totoro, and then they watched Jaws. So
I need to watch My Neighbor Totoro. I need to get on that.
Such a good fun film.
Yeah, I love Ghibli. I love the studio. I've just never seen that one. Like,
Ghibli.
I don't know why I was trying to say Ghibli.
Ghibli. Yeah, CP doesn't like animation apparently, that's what Luke tells me. Luke's like, CP doesn't like Studio Ghibli. Is that true, CP?
Yes and no.
That's a yes.
I just can't get into it. The style of the way that it's animated reminds me too much of I don't know. There's just something about the way it's animated that just kind of is odd to me.
Well, just anime is very different than pretty much anything we have over here, so I can understand.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's very different visually. They just approach it differently than we do, which is why I love it.
Yeah, that's exactly why I love it.
Also, I don't know. Attack on Titan, but I mean, it's just. Anyway, we've been doing this for about 2.5 hours. Should we start wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Wrap it up. So for the month coming up, what do you guys have planned?
I'm excited as shit for fucking Neon Demon, as I mentioned earlier. Like, I can't.
What's the date on that?
I don't know, but not soon enough.
I don't think that'll be out anywhere near me. So
Oh, really? Oh,
I'll be surprised if it is.
Or I'll bootleg it on my phone and I'll email it to you. Like.
Because I don't think it'll be out anywhere near here. But
Fair enough.
maybe downtown Toronto, but I'm too lazy to go downtown Toronto for films.
Right, yeah. Plus, it's like a couple-hour drive, right? Just for a movie? Like,
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued for Independence Day.
Yes.
Just out of sheer, is it going to be good? Is it not?
Yeah. I'm seeing it, like, regardless, because my dad, it's the one movie this summer, my dad's like, hey, do you want to go see a movie with me? We'll go see Independence Day. And I'm like, well, the girls are going to see it too, right? Like, you know, so she's like, okay, well, I'm like, okay. It's like, as long as you know we're bringing the kids and the wife along too. It's like, it's not just going to be the two of us. But it looks interesting. I don't know if it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good, but it looks interesting. So I'm interested to see what they do with it.
Like, I should be terrified because it's a 30-year after-the-fact sequel and it brings back characters to life that obviously died.
20, not 30.
It's 20, yeah. I was going to say not 30.
Okay, still. But, like, I'm just excited. It's got Data in it, and I don't care that he died. I love Brett Spiner.
Yeah, see, I thought he died too. I was like, didn't he die in the last one? And I just watched it like a month and a half ago. And I was
Wait,
like,
who died?
Brent Spiner.
The scientist.
In the alien wraps his tail around him and uses it as a mouthpiece.
Right. Yeah.
And I swore I just assumed he was dead because you never see him for the rest of the
He
film.
used him to talk, that's all.
Yeah. But you never see him for the rest of the film. So I assumed he was dead.
Yeah, and he should be, but the more Brett Spiner in the world, the better, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't hurt having, Jeff Goldblum and Brett Spiner in a movie. That's a good time right there.
Exactly. Oh, and you got fucking Bill Pullman with his like Gandalf beard. Like,
He has a big beard too.
It's all white.
He's definitely not the president anymore.
Yeah.
It's like we made him lifetime president after the aliens attacked, because we were afraid Trump might happen. What's worse, the aliens or Trump?
I'd almost go with the aliens. If anything. At least then we get like those biomechanical suits, if nothing else.
Yeah. Get some cool stuff instead of a wall.
Yeah. Follow the walls,
Anything else?
No, yeah. I think I'm good. I could use a bio break, so maybe we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead, Lindsey. You have something? Go say your goodbyes, Lindsey, and plug whatever you got to plug.
I'm Lindsey. Bye. My YouTube channel is My 2 Cents of Nonsense. On Twitter, I'm at Lindsey Pank. And if you follow Screen Junkies, sooner or later I'll be on Movie Games. No idea when, but
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
yeah, I don't know. It's like because they got like backlogs of episodes, so whenever they get through those, I don't know. I'll be on my next.
We get to
I'll be
watch
on
you
my
kick
next
Jeremy
year.
Johnson's ass.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh no, I know. I don't go up against him. He's just the host.
Jeremy Johnson's the host?
Yeah.
Oh, darn, I thought you get to go against him. Oh,
No,
man.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool though.
Okay.
But, that's me though. What do you got, Peter? What's up with you?
I am doing nothing. My channel I'm taking a couple weeks off from my channel, so I'm going to be doing stuff like this on CP's channel and Brian's channel and other people's channel, but I'm doing nothing on mine. So
probably talk money soon.
So feel free not to check out my channel unless you want to watch old stuff. I have a lot of old stuff. If you want to watch some fun,
though. It's good but old.
It's good high quality videos.
Sorry.
This is a very movie guy. Lee apparently thinks I talk too fast, and so does Dennis. So I asked Dennis the other day. I said, Dennis, what do you think of my videos? He goes, they're good when I can understand what you're saying. You talk too fast, and I'm like, oh, okay. So
you're just excited and passionate, bro. Like,
yes. So, but yeah, so you can check out my old videos. I'm going to take a couple weeks off from making anything new, just because I can. And
It's all good. Enjoy your time off.
So, but yeah. Thanks for letting me crash your party.
Yeah, no, thanks for
No.
coming on, dude. Seriously.
Yep. That's it. Yeah.
And CP,
And
everyone
Bob,
knows CP.
straighten your shit out, Bob.
Wait, no, okay, wait. Bob wanted to be on tonight, but it was either tonight was like the only time he could see The Conjuring. He's busy the rest of the weekend, so he's like, I'm gonna go see The Conjuring. So I get that.
I still say straighten your shit out, Bob. That's all.
You know what? Straighten your shit out, America.
Hold on. Is he going to see The Conjuring with his daughter too?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is it? I mean, he's taking her to worse stuff as far as I'm concerned.
That'd be interesting. I kind of want
Is
to see her crying in the
Conjuring
car.
R?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably.
Is it?
Wait, is it? It might be PG-13. There wasn't that much blood.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think it was R.
Just typed in Conjuring 3, so that's gonna help me. Conjuring 2. It is R. Yeah.
All right. Well,
There you go.
I guess I could have looked at the poster behind me, but whatever.
For scenes of scariness.
Yeah, exactly.
Knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
But there's never any
on the
knees
lookout.
in it.
True.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. So we'll see you soon.
Definitely. Everyone, take care. And peace out, yo.
You. Bye.